with the pen, I'm learning life. My thirst is divine, words inspire in perfect time. Nurtured right, them man there be learning lines, rehearsing life. Trust me, far from certified. Acting while you sleep, I'm working nights. I want all the ups to feel like that Jurgen guy on Merseyside.
Big up, everybody. Big up everyone that's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button. We are back for another watch along, people. Big up everyone that's in here. As always, hit the likes on your way in or hit the dislikes, either or, and that's fine. Let us know your thoughts going into the Denmark v Australia game. Let me know your thoughts going into Tunisia v France as well, whichever one you guys are watching. I'm probably going to be watching the Denmark game. It is what it is. That game's more competitive. We move. But yeah, let me know what you guys' thoughts are. Let me know you guys' thoughts on any transfer news as well. I did see some links with Benacer. I saw some links with who's that guy from Brazil? Andre Santos. I did a little bit of research on him as well. And yeah, plenty to get into. So big up everyone that's locked in. Like, subscribe, and yeah, big up everyone in the comments, everyone in the chat. And let's get into it. Fata, what are you telling me, my guy? You all good, bro?
Good. All good, man. All good. Jamie, you're a waste, man.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Jamie saying Christensen Simpsess. Hold that. It is what it is. We're doing Legends Watch. We move. Scott, what are you saying, my guy? You all good?
Yeah, I'm all good, bro. Can't complain.
Love to hear that. And yeah, Alex, what were you telling me, my guy? You're on mute, my friend.
I'm good. As soon as my wife is ready, I'm leaving for the doctor's appointment. So
shit, you're only a flying visit. Oh well, good to see you anyway, bro. Good to see you.
Yeah.
What else is everybody saying? Big up Steve, big up Ilyas, big up Steve again saying I'm watching Australia Denmark. I think 1-0 Australia and 2-1 France in the other game. I said Denmark's going out, bro. That is a big shit. I hope not as well, because Matt and Declare they're going to be on my fucking ass.
Why Fator is not Australia fan? It's like, isn't it like close countries like France? No, it's a general question.
Okay, fair enough.
I know it's under, like, England is above, but it's still like England is above Indonesia. That doesn't stop you from supporting England. What I'm saying, like, why, like, is there like a rivalry or something between them? No. Okay. I was just watching too much shit about Australia on Netflix, so I was like, half of Fator is from that region.
Man said Jesper Kronkia. It's 2022, man.
Yeah, big up Jesper Kronga, but no. We're doing AC watch. Henrik says Chelsea has spoken to reps of Mexico winger Alexis Vega regarding a Chelsea move, and Wolves are also interested. This one I haven't seen, so I'm not ready for this one, but I can have some research ready for tomorrow's stream on that. Anyone know anything about Alexis Vega, by the way?
He was the number 10 for Mexico at this tournament. I don't really know much about him. Don't know who he plays for, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll have a bit of research. I might try and bring up a little piece for halftime or something, but shit, yeah, I don't know anything about this. This is the first time I've read it. Charlie James, big up, bro. We'll see you on the stream in a little sec. We won't be doing the Argentina game because we got a double watch along tomorrow, because it's Germany and Spain, and I think who else is on the
Japan, Costa Rica.
Yeah, that's the late batch of kickoffs. What's the 3 p.m.s tomorrow? I think there's some other. Yeah, Croatia, Belgium, and Canada, Morocco. Yeah, I'm doing both those ones. So yeah, we ain't gonna do the late kickoffs, but head over to Sarcasm City TV. Links in the description will be probably live there. So yeah, check it out. England's chances versus Ecuador. They're playing Senegal. Playing Senegal, and still, yeah, I'm not too sure because it all depends on how England play. If they want to play some attacking football, I think they could get a good result. If they want to play defensive and act shook, it could go either way because we look fucking terrible every time we play defensive. But Southgate, innit? It all depends on whether he's got some balls or not. Who else? Oh, who's popped in here? Yes, Josh. What were you telling me, bro?
What's up, guys?
Yeah, we're all good. I said Pulisic has brass balls. Yeah, tell him again, man. Pulisic had another brilliant performance yesterday. Did he win man of the match again?
He did.
He did.
2 in a fucking row. Hey, I'll be real. I'm the biggest Potter guy, but he has to fucking start Pulisic on the first game back. I don't give a shit. Over everything we've seen so far in the tournament, like Ziyech ain't playing on the left. Sterling shouldn't be. He hasn't really had the best tournament.
Are you going to be out if Pulisic doesn't start?
Nope, but I will be heavily questioning him. I'll be like, why the fuck haven't you started him?
I heavily questioned him since the Wolves when he
Since Wolves?
Yeah, where he scored and looked great and then didn't play for like 3 weeks after that.
Yeah. I remember that Brentford game. I was thinking, how the fuck have you put Havertz on the pitch again and you've left Pulisic off? But I get you. If he doesn't start after this World Cup, then he might as well just hand in a transfer request. I won't even hold it against him. Is what it is. If I join this watch on get fat, no, bruv, get in here. Get in here. You sort out your beef. I'll send you the link if you want it, bro. I'll send you the link. Henrik, I did see
or
this as well.
£100.
Potter, I am really trying to stand by you, but you're okay with Mount getting 200k a week, and now you want to keep Havertz as well. Well, what are we doing, bro? Well, what are we doing? Because I did see that article as well. Bowley, the board, and Potter, they like Havertz, they like his ability, and they want to get the best out of him. And I'm thinking, well, what ability?
I think that's what you say when the player has no resale value. You must hype him up.
It said Todd Bowley, the Chelsea board, and Potter all like Havertz, and they really want to make it work for him here. They're wishing it it's like fucking Mount.
We have a saying in the South when like, oh, bless your heart.
Literally, bless your heart, man.
That's a Southern lady.
You really want to make it work for him. Bless him.
That's a condescending Southern woman's way of saying, "Oh, fuck yourself."
I am losing it, bro. If we,
like stupid, you're stupid. Like, oh, bless your heart, you're so fucking
stupid. Yeah.
I was gonna say I didn't understand Alex's stance initially when he was like, if Jorginho stays, I'm Potter out. But if Mount and Havertz get extensions and they keep playing like dog shit, I understand.
No, you don't understand. You know what I understand when we get if we get Leao and Cuckoo and Mount and Kai Havertz still start over those two.
Don't piss me off, bro. Because it will happen. It will fucking happen.
People keep saying people keep saying, oh, if Leao comes over here, he will start. And I agree with you. He probably will start, but it doesn't mean that Mount will be dropped.
I mean, push Mount into wing back or some shit, or whatever. To keep
you think Mount is gonna go in wing back?
No,
Leao is gonna be a wing back.
I get it.
Do you guys think with the way England struggled offensively yesterday that Mason will have to play in the next game, right? I mean, you guys struggled. You guys struggled a bit offensively yesterday.
Exactly. We struggled so much to the point where we had an actual cam who could actually like beat players on the dribble. It was mad, you know.
Hey, Foden was good and everything, but how many receptions did he have between the midfield and attack? I want to know.
Exactly. How many passing lanes did he block off and all that shit?
How many kilometers did he clock on the pitch, dude?
How many presses did he attempt per 90? That's the real question. Like, yeah, he got a goal and everything, but did he press?
Right.
I don't know. Mitchy Boy asked any news on Pulisic's injury. I don't know. How serious was it?
He bruised his balls, boys.
That's pelvic concussion, so it's like
pelvic contusion means my balls are swollen like grapefruit right now, and I just need a couple days to let them come down a little bit. He was out of the hospital. He was with the team when they got back to the hotel yesterday, so he was discharged after they.
There was nothing there.
Yeah, he hurt his balls. What do you want to say? You got kicked in the nuts. It doesn't feel good.
I don't know. I just saw the injury. Go on, my bad.
No, you're fine. Yeah, just a pair of bruised balls. He'll be okay.
Yeah, I just saw him go down after the goal, and I just thought, oh, no, is he injured
single
again?
People in here should know that what's the bruised balls are.
You know, bro.
Yeah, they probably anytime there's like an injury like that, he probably went to the hospital, have an ultrasound to make sure one of his nuts wasn't ruptured. And once they realized it's just swelling, they sent him along his way, man. Like. He was back with the team last night when they got back to the hotel. So,
team spirit.
It doesn't feel good to get kicked in the nuts at running when you're running 15 miles an hour.
You know that little wallet sack that we make sure the blood doesn't
Yeah,
collect.
they sent him home with his nuts in a sack and told him, "You'll be ready for Saturday."
Fucking hell, bro.
Uh,
Yeesh. Well, at least it's nothing too serious, thankfully.
Yeah.
And hopefully we see many goals today. Hopefully, you might see more goals in the France game. In all honesty, because I think both teams are either through or they're out. Let me check though. Can Tunisia still go through?
I don't think so.
Australia have to lose to Denmark, and Tunisia have to beat France. But I think
this is one
by
of the
2
most
goals.
deadliest games.
Yeah, 'cause Denmark's through already, aren't they?
Yeah.
Are
No,
they
no,
through?
Denmark.
No,
ain't
they're not.
through. No, Denmark are
pretty
out
much.
as it stands. They have to be Australia.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a 2-point difference.
I keep messing them up with Sweden. I think Sweden is
Sweden?
in red flag, red uniforms, same shit.
Oh,
They're not the same. Sweet.
Red
Oh, it's hella
uniforms.
Last time they played, they like 1-1 in 2018, didn't they?
who?
France, Australia and Denmark.
So who's
I
in
guess-
that group? Who's playing? Who's in a group is the leader?
France
France,
is
right?
leading.
Yeah.
France is leading. They
Oh,
can't go
so
out.
they're fighting for the second place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's fine for
Oh,
second.
okay, I see.
I think if Denmark wins, they're through, right? Correct? I don't think there's any other scenario for
Yeah,
anyone else.
I think it's basically whoever wins is through.
Yeah.
For this game.
Come
Yeah,
on,
'cause-
Australia.
Did Denmark beat Tunisia?
No.
No, they drew.
No,
They drew.
no.
So it's goal difference. They got level goal difference as well, but Tunisia aren't beating France. So that kind of speaks for itself.
With that lineup.
Come on, Australia.
Actually, yeah, with that France line, let me not speak too soon.
Fuck
Let me
you.
not speak too soon. He's man
It
put
would be
fucking Camavinga at left back, for fuck's sake.
It would be crazy to see Australia go through. That would be funny.
It would be, but I know I'm gonna have Matt declared on either side of my ears. So I don't know. Maybe not. Let me know what you guys say in the comment section though. Anything you guys want to discuss as well, just pop it in. And Henrik Jensen's already said, does Sterling get his position back next game? The way he's playing, he shouldn't. He shouldn't.
why?
It should be Pulisic.
After you watched England yesterday, be as again, the first half maybe get a little bit of the cobwebs out, but they were definitely way
Come
more.
on, it's Welsh. It's not that.
Yeah, but Wales, I mean, shit, they're not like it's not like they're.
Yes, I gotta go. I'll see you.
No worries,
I'll
bro.
listen to
Take care, man.
Big up us.
you.
But yeah, Sterling shouldn't be getting his starting position, Matt. Like, I still believe in the player, but I don't believe he should be playing, and he shouldn't have a right to right now, the way his performance has been and the way Pulisic's have been. I spent like the last month or two saying Pulisic, with the limited time that he's spent on the pitch, has looked a lot more impressive than all of our attackers have. I don't get how he's not been given a good run of games to show himself. Now, I know there's been talks and everything about Pulisic's not looking to extend his contract right now, but I also believe that's a bit of clickbait because the going narrative that I've seen from all the articles that Potter likes him, Pulisic doesn't want to leave yet, but he also doesn't want to re-sign yet. He just wants to see how he gets utilized throughout the season before he makes a decision on that. And that's fair enough. If he can't get a game time after the World Cup that he's having right now, hand in a transfer request and leave for your own benefit, because clearly we're just not going to give you a fair opportunity. And that's not his fault. That's our fault.
Well, like I think this is where there's like you would lose. To me, you lose your credibility as a manager if you're Southgate. And you watch that performance yesterday, and then you put the same fucks back in who didn't do anything the first two games. Like it doesn't mean they're terrible players, but like you can't tell Phil Foden and Rashford like, hey, you guys are back to the bench after a game that they played yesterday. They were good. Like what are you going to say?
I completely agree with you, Josh, but this man lost his like dignity or whatever what you want to call it, like his respect. Like he lost that a long time ago.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I feel the same way about Berhalter, even though we made it through. Like hasn't played Gio Reyna, like he's played Gio Reyna like 3 minutes this whole tournament. He's bringing on MLS guys in the second half of a game when Gio Reyna's sitting right there on the bench. Like and Joe Scally, who's like I think one of the better Bundesliga defenders this season. So both these guys, we got through. That's great, but for me, Berhalter is still a huge issue.
No, sounds a lot like England, bro. Sounds a lot like England. I think we're close to kick off, although I'm a bit far behind, so I'm gonna judge it for whenever you guys kick off. And if it's a bit,
They're
late,
showing the lineups for me right now.
oh shit, you might be behind me. Fuck.
Well, like the on the pitch lineups, like I don't know how to describe it.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Where they show the players and everything.
Every time I look at this VAR room, I just think, how the fuck can you make any mistakes with the amount of screens that you've got? Makes no sense, but we move. So the USA plays who in the round of 16?
Dutch.
You play Netherlands.
Yep.
Interesting tie.
It's a good game. I think both the England and the US games are really good next round.
Yeah, Senegal England is going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
All depends on how we set up. Literally, if England play attacking football, they could actually do pretty well in this tournament. But it's the fact that we don't. We just sit deep and we play this shit lethargic brand of football and we just put pressure on ourselves.
I've said this before, though. Like, this is the thing. If you actually look at most of the players that England have, I rate most of them. Like, there's only a few I don't rate like at all.
Yeah.
So like we have the players who like I'm not saying we're going to win it. Not at all. Don't think that's possible with the other teams. You could like make a case that England are in the best maybe 8 teams, maybe even more than that in terms of the players they have. Like you could say that easily getting to the semis is like decent, like there's a decent shot. But some of the players that we play and the manager that we have always handicaps us. Because like we saw yesterday, why can't we go out in every game and just like I'm not saying you play like that in every game because obviously the opposition like will vary. But you can at least go out and attempt to win the game. You can attempt to outplay a team. And more often than not, because again, the players we have, you can do it. Like these are some of these players, like the fact that we had yesterday, basically half our team yesterday plays for the best team in England. Like these guys know what it takes to play well and to play at a high level and to win. And you're handicapping them by having them play this shit football and by having them like defend like when there's no point and by having them like try and just get a nick a 0-0 against the team that, no disrespect, Josh, you should be battering. Look at the two teams. Like, if you compare the two teams, you've got one team has a team full of players that play in arguably the best league in the world, and you've got a team that the majority of their team plays in the MLS. Like, on paper, you should be battering this team. And instead you go out and just try and nick a 0-0 and look much the worst team. Like, all of like
that whole first half was dreadful.
75% of England's problems all come from the manager. 75% of them, I'm convinced, at least.
Yeah, like I don't.
He plays the arse mentality. Sorry, Josh.
No, you're fine. Like I pretty much agree with everything you said. Like they, like on paper, they've got a really talented team. I don't know why you wouldn't be on the front foot for most of your games. I agree. There are probably some teams where you might want to be a bit more aware when you're playing them, but like for the most part, the teams in the group, you'd think you'd just be on the front foot. Like, they have good enough attacking players to do that. So it was a little bit of a surprise, but again, it's kind of that same shit where like you lose your balance in your team when you start playing guys out of position just to have them on the pitch. Like, and I think that's probably more of the issue in the US game than anything. Is like there's the balance of the team is all over the place.
And you've got players, to be fair, in the US game, we actually had everyone that played in their quote unquote proper position. It's just the players that play don't, especially in that midfield, they don't complement each other. Like as well, the wingers didn't really complement how Kane wants to play, because Sterling will to an extent, but Saka won't be a guy like Rashford was last night, where he'll get in behind. So when Kane drops deep, you literally saw a chance be created by this, where Kane drops deep to receive the ball like he does for Tottenham, like he likes doing. and Rashford ran in behind, and we were able to get a chance off it because you have someone who is willing to do that. Now, I don't rate Rashford that highly. I think he's got some good qualities, but I don't rate him that highly. But you have two players that like link well together and bring the best out of each other. Like that's literally how the basics of how to set up a team. You set up a team with players that are going to complement each other. Like that's the pure basics, and
Right.
you can't even get that right.
Well, like, and that's a good way of like, so one of the things you said too, like one of the things Kane does great is he drops back. He's a great passer of the ball. He sucks up he eats a lot of the defenders up. And when you do that and you play a guy like Rashford, who's maybe one of his better skills is being able to get in behind, like it works just fine. Like you have, he's able to play balls in behind and you're able to get chances on goal. Like that makes more sense to me than playing like kind of much more pragmatic style.
No, this stream is fuck off. So I'm trying to find a way to get both games up on here, but shit, man.
Who's the other game?
Lags more than Chelsea in the final.
You've got Tunisia or
Tunisia,
France.
France.
Argentina. Tunisia,
okay,
France, and Australia, Denmark.
Don't care about that game.
I'd like if the France team, was better. Like if there was a couple of guys like Mbappe or
Big up,
Dembele, I'd probably watch it because like it would
What's
just be
up,
fun
Victor?
to them play. I'm not watching Guendouzi play on the wing. I'm just not.
Is did Giroud start?
No,
Oh, okay.
Nope.
not even Giroud start, man.
Let him get his record, man.
So stupid, man.
This is the game
just
for him to get it.
Exactly.
Let him get a goal and take him off if you're trying to rest him. But
Hey, big up my G Peter. Big up yourself, bro. And yeah, everyone run the likes up, please. I know there ain't a lot of people in here, but still, hit the likes, my guys. Hit the fucking likes. What else is everyone saying in the comments? Sorry, guys, been too busy trying to get 2 streams up. England could win the tour. If Tuchel's interest in the England job should have been enough. If I'm the FA and I hear fucking Thomas Tuchel, Cup King, wants to join England and is thinking about it, I'm not waiting till after the World Cup. I'm sending someone to fucking India and I'm picking him up immediately. Simple as. I see one as well. Big up, my G. Big up yourself. Henrik, I hear what you're saying with Tyler Adams as well, but
Tyler Adams doesn't work in the system. It's not even that. It doesn't work. It doesn't work in the system at all. Like he works better in a non-possession style team that's going to have very high energy, and the fact that we press even less than we used to definitely don't bring him in. Like I like Tyler Adams, he does not work in our team.
yeah, I mean, I agree. Like his main attribute is his ability to get around and run around and cause havoc in the midfield. Like that's not really the style of football we play. He's at a good.
Hey, you man, roll through if you guys want. I'll send you guys a link. Easy. I didn't deep flawless once streaming. He's streaming for the 7 o'clock though, so roll through to that. We'll all be there.
He's on a good team for the style of play he plays. Leeds is a team that they just play sort of chaotic football, and that's probably where he shines the most. Where you're just run nonstop.
You guys can't hear that drilling, can you?
No.
Thank God. Motherfuckers have been drilling all day. I've been trying to record a video and it's fucked it. Steve says, looks like Belgium could go out at the start. I expected better from them, but they have underperformed. These men are moving like 2010 France. It's just chaotic over there. I don't get it, bruv. But
I don't know why anyone thought differently though. Go and look at the problems that they have in their team. Go and look at who their manager is. Go and look at the ages of their team. This isn't like it's a Real Madrid from like recent times where they're all old, but they're all cohesive, and it's like they got a world-class manager as well. This team just stinks. This team.
Listen, KDB said it himself. He's old and washed, and just like the team, they're out. They're done. They stink. Did you see what Alderweireld? I think it was Alderweireld said about the attack after the game.
No, what did he say? Oh yeah, he said the attack was too old.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know, we're an old team, so maybe that's messing with our attack as well.
Then Hazard started beefing both of them. Do you know how fucking annoying you have to be if Hazard's getting vexed?
But
I've
also,
never seen this guy even beef on a pitch.
Pitois
I
said
think
that if they find out who said that stuff, that they'll be right out of the national
Whoa,
team.
Tunisia 1-0. Oh no, offside anyway. Never mind.
What was that? Oh, Tunisia.
Offside.
No.
No,
Yeah,
you know, I think I said this on another stream as well. Do you notice how the two players like that have the bitch ass mentality, the guy that keeps failing at the final hurdle and the guy that doesn't win anything, they're the ones that are crumbling under the pressure, and it's the guy that like the guy that put the club on his back and like took them to win things and was their best player through worst periods. Like he's the guy that's telling them to fucking check themselves.
Bruv, imagine like Lukaku is the voice of reason and all of that. Yeesh, that whole team is a fucking mess, bruv. But yeah, that's why I was streaming the last game too, because I know that game was going to be wild.
I can't even lie though. I thought it was so funny that report that came out about Courtois and De Bruyne don't talk to each other. Yeah, no fucking shit. Do you know why?
They probably haven't talked in the last 10 years. Like
exactly.
I mean, these guys don't like each other, which is probably not a good thing when two of your better players don't speak to each other. It's like.
De Bruyne can't even say anything, because if De Bruyne said one thing, he would never play for Belgium again. Like, De Bruyne is the only reason why he even got let back into the squad after all that shit. Oh, good block. There's a chance for Denmark there. Frosted Myth says, I'm on the verge Potter out if Bumcheek starts over Croatian Zidane. If both are fit, I don't think you have to worry about that, bro. I don't think you'd have to worry too much. The biggest question is, does Pulisic get a run of games? Because he needs it. Oh, big up Peter as well, bro. Hope you're all good, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm alright.
Love to hear it. Which game are you watching?
Denmark, Australia, man. I'm not watching France, Tunisia. Get
I can hear you.
You and me both. Well, I've got the France game just on a later stream in the back.
Oof.
Hey, Lewis, do you have a VPN?
Yes, on my phone.
Get one on whatever you watch the games on.
Yeah. I need to get one on my laptop then.
Yeah.
And then what?
I'll send you my YouTube TV info so you don't have to deal with this shit.
Oh, my fucking guy. Yeah, I'll sort that post-match. Bless.
It's the same way Flawless watches all this shit.
What, YouTube TV?
Yeah.
Never heard of that before.
It's like a US thing.
Do they broadcast the World Cups, Peter?
Yeah. So they've got Fox Sports 1. They've got regular Fox.
Okay,
they've
cool.
got the USA Network for Premier League. Gonna have to pair that with like Peacock Premium, which is like $5 a month to get all the Premier League stuff. But yeah, pretty much the only thing we don't get is beIN Sport. But like, I don't know what they carry besides Ligue 1 anymore that I would even remotely care about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so between like just normal YouTube TV, Peacock Premium, and ESPN Plus, I get all of the leagues that I like to watch.
All right, Tom, I'll sort that out post-match then. Thank you for that.
If you have any Canadian mutuals, I'm sure they've got DAZN. You could like it works similarly.
I know anyone in Canada.
You probably do, Lewis. You got 1,000 followers.
Egal, right? Egal's in Canada, right?
No, he lives in the UK.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah. He lives
Lewis,
in the UK.
go literally just say any of my followers use DAZN on your main account, and you'll probably get 30 replies within an hour.
Yeah, let me know, and we'll give you a shout out or something.
Because it works the same.
Something shameless.
Well, I mean, because the way you guys have to watch it in the US and the UK makes no damn sense, man. All those blackout rules for the 3 p.m. games for the Premier League, we don't have those.
I don't understand it anymore either, because they got rid of all of it for COVID, and everything got better as a result of it.
Remember when we had to pay 15 quid to watch the 3 p.m. kickoff?
No, you remember when they tried to do that, and they literally
tried to make you pay 15
everybody
quid to watch Burnley, Sheffield United. You're like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like nope.
I'm so glad they did that, because like nobody bought it. Everyone started streaming. They got fucked in the ass. Deserved it. Stingy bastards. Henrik Jensen says, I'm not really too sure about Benacer. He didn't move me at all when we played Milan. Yeah, but like we played an injury-prone Milan side as well, so I can't really make a full judgment out of that. Benacer's a good midfielder. We were linked with him before, and I was happy for him to come. I think he'd be a good long-term Jorginho replacement for us, or even just a Jorginho replacement.
Guys, Ziyech moved Lampard when we played Ajax, and look what happened. Don't base your transfer strategy off how people play against you. That's how we ended up with Mohamed Salah.
Exactly. And also as well, like you'd hope they don't do as well against you in a way. Because like, if they're doing well against you, it just shows flaws in your system more than anything.
We shouldn't be letting an injury-prone Milan midfield run rings around us anyway.
Also, he's never going to have to play against. If he plays for us, he's never going to have to play against us. So there's no point judging him against how he plays against us.
Right. If that was sound logic, we'd have McGoldrick as our starting striker right now.
I was going to say we'd have half the Bournemouth team right now playing for us.
Cinco says, Lewis, grow the hair out. Fuck no. Fuck no. I'm good. Maybe I'll let the top grow out a bit. Maybe I'll do that. But I'm definitely not getting an afro again. I'm good.
Just get one of those 90s high top fades and you'll be set.
Yeah, I used to fuck with high tops a lot. So I don't mind bringing that back.
Hey man, I'll start calling you
no
Danny Welbeck.
That ain't for me.
Yeah, was it Danny Welbeck style? One kind of.
I'll start calling you East African Danny Welbeck, man.
I've got Danny Welbeck before, to be fair. If I bring the high top back, I'll look like prime.
That is crazy racism right there. You look nothing like Danny Welbeck. He's about 4 shades darker than you, man. Let's be real.
Yeah, on the shades. I was thinking more the facial features. Maybe that one was more similar. I've had that, Michael Jackson, Black Richarlison.
Talk about shades.
Carlton Banks. Who else have I had?
Black Richarlison.
Yep, Black Richarlison.
That's low-key as well.
And also Black Bruno Mars. That was a back in the day one.
Isn't that like a bit redundant though?
Yeah, I think Bruno's mixed, right?
Who?
Like isn't
Bruno Mars?
Oh yeah. No, but I mean like a darker Bruno Mars.
The non-Filipino half of Bruno Mars.
Yeah, just dark Bruno Mars. That was a secondary school one. With the wages Premier League plays, a lot of the frees will want to come. Who's the frees?
Like, players on a free.
Who we talking about specifically, bro?
Free transfers?
Yeah, I think that's what he means.
Yeah,
guys who are on a free.
Ronaldo guys.
Oh no, God forbid.
The ultimate free.
Hey, he's going Saudi Arabia, isn't he? He's
Good
actually entertaining that prospect now.
Well, it's not like he has many other prospects.
Good. Just don't come Chelsea. Just don't come Chelsea.
Is that what were they say? Is that true? What they were saying? Like he was speaking with his people were speaking with Chelsea's people after the Portugal game or during the Portugal game the other day. I feel like I read an article that said his people were speaking with the Chelsea people during that game.
I mean, that's the only link that's been like remotely entertained in the last 6 months. So like that's
for sure. Yeah.
Does he actually end up at Chelsea after all this? I don't even think Bowley is that stupid. But like, I guess he
wants to re-sign Mount and Havertz, so I don't know just yet. I'll be patient. That shit. Some of the stuff I've heard, I can't lie. I'm having an eye on Potter and what's his name, Bowley.
Look, guys. At the end of the day, Chelsea can't disappoint us for another like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it. Like we have 4 weeks free of this bullshit.
What's going to be hilarious is like all the guys who are in camp right now that are like putting in work, doing busting their ass at training, and then as soon as the games start back up, all the World Cup guys just replace them. And they're like, we've been busting our ass for the last 3.5 weeks, man. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, I mean we're gonna draw against Bournemouth anyways, guys. It's fine.
What do you mean draw, bro? We're losing.
Bournemouth at home. We barely even draw.
This Bournemouth super team at Stamford Bridge. These guys
Bournemouth, do they have any World Cup guys?
Bournemouth? Nope. They had Kiefer Moore, but he's back now, so.
Right. Yeah, so they'll basically be training with their full squad for like the next 4 weeks.
Yep. And they just made Gary O'Neill their permanent manager. He's got like 4 weeks to put a plan together.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be
Meanwhile,
good.
half of our guys in camp right now are U21 guys.
Yep.
I did see Carney back out there though. That's a positive sign, I guess.
Man, he's gonna play 8 minutes. Like it is. What it is.
Yeah, if he's lucky.
Fuck.
Mitchy Boy says could do with a mid in Jan to support the injury comebacks. Yeah, we need a midfield in January in general. I fully agree with that. But we heard
Santos, right?
yeah, Andre Santos potentially, Enzo Fernandez, Edson Alvarez. All we've heard is that a midfielder is the first thing Chelsea are going to sort out in January. So I'm just going to wait.
Zakarian.
The midfielder comes in.
I guess you want to play him in the midfield, maybe. But
Random question, but does Holland have a winter break for football?
Yeah, Holland.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Sure,
I
but they
think
should.
so. I think so. I feel like most of the leagues did, except for England at one point.
Because if they do, in theory, I don't think Edson Alvarez is playing another game before his hypothetical move to Chelsea.
Right. Well, Peter, I read something the other day that said that those talks are dead right now. That they haven't.
I think their winter break is straight off. Yeah, straight after the World Cup. December 23rd to
I know
January
Serie A
8th.
doesn't resume till 2023.
Yep, that's the winter break. So they don't go straight back into football.
Look, I don't love the idea of Alvarez, but I'll take it at this point. Like, I don't hate him.
Who did the artist?
Look, we
Somebody-
need.
Shit, he didn't even play. He didn't even play at Mexico's last game.
No, yeah, he's like dealing with some sort of injury.
They, I forgot who wrote the article, but they said that Chelsea and Alvarez, the talks are basically off right now, and that they may pick back up, but that they don't. I don't think they see that happening now, as much as they did in the summer.
My question is, what would have changed so drastically between now and deadline day?
I mean, maybe they could have scouted different players. Maybe weren't impressed, or just Ajax's unwillingness to move him. They might just be like, all right, fuck it. If you're not going to take $50 million for this guy, then
I guess.
Like I wouldn't pay like that. Even $50 million even seems steep, to be honest with you. But
yeah, I wouldn't. If I had the choice to play like 50 mil for Caicedo or Alvarez, I'm paying for Caicedo.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. I mean, for a team like Ajax, who just got $100 million for Anthony to turn their nose at $50 million for a relatively unknown midfielder. I mean, Alvarez, I don't think he's like by any means like one of the world's best.
Not worth 50 mil on the open market. Let's be
absolutely
honest. He's a good player, he's a good talent, but 50 mil. There's an Australian guy holding a mini World Cup trophy, and I thought that was Brazil for a second.
As close as he'll get to one.
That is crazy. Imagine Australia won the World Cup. We'd have to delete the sport.
Oof.
So the winner of this game, well, whoever advances in second out of this group plays whoever wins the group later.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
That could be any one of Poland, Saudi, or Argentina.
Mm-hmm.
Denmark, Argentina, that could be a decent game.
I don't even know if Denmark's going to win this game.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Denmark is one of those teams where like they have like a couple of really good players, and then the rest of their team is just kind of like.
And Denmark needs to start colonizing some part of Africa, man. They need PMP.
That's how Qatar built their whole team. I don't like.
Hey, my country never got colonized. It's there. It's there.
Bro, they need some sort of PMP.
Oh, that's a joke. Don't actually come.
Denmark are like a decent team. I just don't see it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
respectfully, I don't think Ethiopia is improving Denmark's football team.
There's not like a single.
Lewis, you only need like one or two guys. You don't understand. Like,
I don't even know if one or two of our players play in the top 5 league.
Hey, not yet, baby.
Yeah, I think Real Sports did HBO's Real Sports did a story like a few years back on Qatar when they were building their net. They basically just went to Africa and said, they just made a football camp essentially, and we're like, we're just going to take the best like 11 or 12 players that come to this camp.
Oh, of course. There was a Qatari guy with the last name Muntari.
Yeah. They gave them all.
He's naturally Qatari. There's no
Yeah, they
way.
gave them all Qatari citizenship and then put them on the national team. That's essentially how they built their team.
You're telling me that guy with the last name Muntari wasn't born in West Africa? Get the fuck out of here.
I was saying there was a guy called Pedro. He definitely.
Yeah, like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. It's like watching.
If I had to plan for a World Cup, I'd probably do the same.
It's like watching one of the Chinese Super League teams and being like, okay, they really like Brazilian players in China. Like I think almost every non-Chinese player in the Chinese Super League is Brazilian.
Oh no!
Oh.
Come on,
It was getting so bad they had to put in a rule.
Yeah.
Like in the mid 2010s, early to mid 2010s, there were so many Brazilians going to the Chinese Super League for these crazy wages. The Chinese Super League had to like put in a rule.
Yeah.
The government was like,
not really any clear-cut chances in here.
that's how Oscar ended up in the Chinese Super League at 25 years old.
I know.
26 years old, whatever it
I
was.
remember when he got sold. Like my buddy and I were watching. We were just finished watching a game or something, and we're like, we just sold Oscar for 60 million. 60 million felt like 100 million when he sold. It's like holy
60 million
shit!
for Oscar in January 2016 is a great price.
Like we weren't even upset. It's like, what? 60? We got 60 million for him? Like, okay, I guess it's
that was during the last title season when we changed formations anyway. So Oscar was never going to play. It's like, oh, you take 60 mil for him? Oh, take it and run.
Yeah, that was obscene. It's almost like when we turned down like 55 or 60 for Willian from Barcelona at one point. That seemed like a shit ton of money too.
And from United, they wanted 55 and Martial. And we said no.
We should have just look, a lot of things we should have done, but like what happened is in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One thing I don't like about the World Cup,
deals.
I don't like the amounts of empty seats that I'm seeing.
I said that the second or third day of the World Cup. It's like I see a lot of blue seats here.
Yeah,
Here you go.
Maybe like the Etihad. What else everyone's saying? Do World Cup players get a break? Nope. They go straight into it. There's a winter break for Premier League teams around January or February-ish, but it's only
There's
for
a
a
staggered
week.
break, so half the teams will play on one game week, the other half will play on another.
Yeah.
Actually, is that even happening this season? I don't know. I'll be honest with you.
Peter, do you know how much time they get after the World Cup to like bed back in with the squad? Is it like they get like a week?
Final is the 19th or the 18th, something like that. The final's a Sunday.
Yeah, the final is the 18th of December.
Boxing Day is 8 days later on the 26th.
Okay, so if we had no one in the final, they'd have about a week together, I guess.
Yeah.
If we're in the Carabao Cup,
no, but
well, we're out of the Carabao Cup, so nah.
Yeah, thankfully.
We're also about to be out of the FA Cup.
Because we got City away again, fucking bribing pricks.
Yeah, the fuckery with the draws is insane, man.
And
it's not necessarily a City because City have had some crazy draws too themselves, but like, what do you do? Like, what do you fucking do? Both of our first round games we played City. It's like,
you see, we don't get easy draws. We don't get easy draws. Sorry, like you're playing a good Chelsea team. All right. Worst team I've seen in years, bro.
Look, we don't have to deal with the fourth year in a row losing a Wembley final. It's fine.
Right? Yeah.
That's dope.
Let's just start fresh. No games at Wembley this year. Next year we can.
Let's get the season over ASAP.
Yeah.
I have some other shit to do.
Yeah.
No,
it's
hope.
insane. It's insane that I feel the exact same way. It's like, just all right. We're sitting in 8th or 9th. Like, just get this shit over with, man. I don't see us going on any sort of long run in the second half.
No. We're avoiding 7th place, guys.
Yeah.
We're not ending up in Conference League. Not happening.
To be fair, we've never won it.
To be fair,
yeah,
no.
but you don't want to be playing Thursday football.
No, Lewis, because you want to do this. Do you want to do a preseason tour with Chelsea? Because if we have Conference League, that's not happening.
I think the club would much rather have a preseason tour. They make way more money on that than they would in a Conference League.
Yeah,
you'd have some sort of curated preseason tour in like Europe somewhere. It'd be something lame.
I don't know what the number is, but I assume they made absolute bank here in the States over the summer. Like I was at the Arsenal game. That's the largest crowd we've ever had. They've ever had at the Citrus Bowl, and it was fucking packed with people.
Oh yeah.
Then sadly they kicked off.
And then they played the game.
David, please keep crying. You rep Havertz. I don't want to hear it. What else everyone's saying? Cinco says thoughts on Danny Olmo. He's looked really good this World Cup. But he ain't gonna.
He looks good in all their international tournaments, man. This guy, he's a solid player. I feel like he's one of those like tournament guys that really shows out in the tournament, but he's not like incredible for his club. I would say, good player.
No,
though.
he's good for his club.
I said bring him to the bridge.
Is he at Leipzig?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Danny Olmo. Yeah, he's not a bad player by any means, Scott. I feel like he's one of those guys who's better in a tournament set. He plays better for the country than he does at Leipzig.
I'm also really hesitant to pick out some of these attacking players from the Spanish team and expect them to really do something at Chelsea.
So the
I'll be
Gabonese young thug can't be bothered. Sorry, Peter. Let me see. Oh yeah, what was this one? Real Madrid aren't keen on a bidding war with Chelsea and Liverpool for Jude Bellingham and have already moved on to other targets. Good.
I don't think that transfer ever made sense for Madrid, to be honest with you. They have Valverde, Camavinga, and Tchouaméni. To go spend 150 on another midfielder, I would just seem like a really dumb way to spend your money.
The midfield's already stacked, is it?
Yeah, you could say the midfield's set for at least 10 years.
Yeah, they have three. Listen, I thought when the article came out about us trying to get Valverde in the summer, I thought that was brilliant. Like that would have been awesome if they poach him. But there's no way he's leaving Madrid. He just too comfortable.
Hey guys, we're going to play Conference League. There's no way we're getting.
I was going. Hey, that's an ambitious move, though. I like to see that go after guys like him. He's top notch.
What else, everyone? Concentrate on Premier League for top 4. We ain't making top 4. We ain't making top 4. If we even make top 6 fairs. No, this team's shit.
This guy thinks we're making top 6.
No, it's like even if we make top 6, I don't think we'll even get that, bro.
I
think
think
we're between 7th and 10th.
Newcastle. Who are we finishing above?
Exactly. Like, we're not finishing above Arsenal. We're not finishing above Spurs. We're not finishing above City. We're not finishing above United. Not finishing above Newcastle. Liverpool are even above us, and they look like shit.
We'd have to go on a serious run, and I haven't seen anything that would point to that happening. Unless these guys were just like absolutely not working hard to not get hurt for the World Cup. And I think in some guys' cases that like Kovacic, like I absolutely think that's the case. But like, unless they come back and are like on a whole nother level, I don't see any signs of that happening.
We've had one run of 4 wins this season, and that's the only time we've had back-to-back wins. So I don't get what
I think we finish above Tottenham, you know.
You think?
I'd put money on it.
Tottenham, you have put money on it, or you would put money on it?
I would. Anyone in this panel, I'll put £100 down.
I think we beat them when we play them. Finishing above them,
I'll take you up on that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I think we'd beat them, but yeah, I don't see anything in this team that indicates consistency.
Tottenham play like shit. I understand it, but they get results. So we can't even say to. I've been waiting for Tottenham to drop, and they just haven't.
No, the thing is, Tottenham will drop at some point, but we won't be in a position to catch them.
We're going to finish above them.
How many points back are we, Charlie? Do you know how many points behind them we are?
I don't even know, but I'm just too confident. Like I shouldn't have confidence, but I have got it.
We're like 8 behind them, I think.
8 points, Jesus Christ! That's a lot to make up in
we
half
play
a
City
season.
and we still have to play Liverpool twice and City away.
We're 8 points behind them. Yeah. That's actually a lot less than I thought. But yeah, I still don't see us taking them down.
Yeah, but see, that's still 8 points. Still requires like a big drop from them and a big run from us, and I don't like.
I can bet on a Tottenham drop off, but not on a Chelsea rise.
Like, because Chelsea are the team that will take 3 points from them when we play them, and then give those 3 points back the following week against like
Bournemouth.
Some awful team. Yeah.
Hey man, I can't wait for this Bournemouth post-match stream. It's gonna be amazing. Oh boy, full-time 1-1. A disappointing evening for the Blues. And everybody's upset.
Mason Mount's face on the front cover because typical.
Yeah, PR.
Hey man, the way people were talking themselves into winning at Newcastle was adorable.
I don't even know. I didn't even get that. I tried doing it for Arsenal and we just threw it back in my face. I'm done with all that shit. We're just terrible.
I was like, oh, we could get something. I'm like, okay, we're not scoring, guys.
Going to the Etihad again for another trip, and I know we're losing. I don't care. It'll just be a vibes trip.
I don't know why you guys are intent on going up there 3 times in a month and getting piped.
Yeah, City or Liverpool. Shit, yeah, I might have to fucking skip one of them. Liverpool early kickoff just to watch us concede 5. Nah.
Hey, 12:30 p.m. kickoff. You hope people don't Robbie to call you.
Nah, you guys think I'm waking up at 4:30 to watch us?
Yeah. I still always laugh every time Lewis is like, "We got an early kickoff." I'm like, "It's 7:30 in the morning here, my man. Like, that is an early kickoff."
Lewis literally like, please want to get called.
And Peter's on like the West Coast. He has an additional 3 hours on top of that.
We never win the early kickoffs either. We always fucking lose.
I'm drunk by 10 a.m. and
kickoff. That was against what? Leicester?
Yeah, try being drunk at 10 a.m. and then having to go the rest of the day on a positive note. It's not fun.
Well, I used to wake up in college, and I remember we were top of the league in 2014. We went to Newcastle. They were in 18th. Alan Pardew was about to get sacked. Boom, they're 2-0 up after 80 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Full time, the sun was coming up. It was freezing cold. I had to go back to bed and act like I wasn't pissed.
Was that when we lost 2-1 or 2-2?
Yeah, we lost 2-1.
Yeah.
Fucking I remember that.
From then I was like, you know what? I'm never doing early kickoffs, like, and expecting to win.
Mitchy boy, if you think we can get top 4, tell me, who do you think we finish above, please?
If you think we're
Let
going
me
to
know. Like,
I'm very interested. This isn't even to take the piss because I don't see how we even make top 6.
We'd essentially have to like lose no more than like one game in the second. We'd have to lose like one game in the total of the second half of the season.
And also, Mitchy boy, who turns it around for Chelsea? Who drives Chelsea into top 4?
Guys,
Generational Kai. Generational Kai. Is the answer.
I mean,
2 of our next 4 games are City and Liverpool away. We're not doing it.
Yeah, we play City twice in 4 days, and I think Liverpool in the middle of that somewhere. It's like
Newcastle and Tottenham maybe. Spurs, like I could see a drop off, but again, I don't think we catch up. Newcastle, I don't see them drop out top 4 at all. They're playing so good.
The only positive about Newcastle is that
the best defense in the division. I don't see them dropping points for a long stretch of time unless that changes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The only positive with a team like Newcastle for us is that they don't really have the experience of like staying in the top, trying to stay in the top 4 race. Like maybe the pressure gets to some of their guys, and you can like, but I don't see us.
I mean, I understand that in like them battling for top 4, but like we're in 8th.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like they may drop out of top 4. It doesn't mean we're going to replace them.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be the ones jumping in there. You know.
Right. No question.
If Kai Havertz wins me money, I'll donate it to the orphans.
Listen, if Kai Havertz has an insane second half, then we should just never play him to start a season. Just bench his ass till January and call it a day.
Literally, we'll give you a second half of season contract.
Yes, yeah.
First half of the season, just go wherever you want, but we'll bring you back in January.
Yeah, just send them out on loan for the half.
6-month loan, bring them back in January.
But even then, like, if we're talking about second half, I want the whole second half. No March purple patch like last season. Give me a whole second half of the season. And then you know what? I might give him a bit of a chance. Until then, I am not moved.
I feel like a lot of the people in the comments need to pull up a Premier League table before we discuss what the rest of the season is going to look like. Like, I don't think you guys realize how dire the position we're in is.
Mm-hmm. We are in a good spot.
We can say Arsenal or Bottlers. That's not going to pull back a 15-point gap.
Yeah,
like, that sentence
no question.
Doesn't get us anywhere.
I had £100 bet on us finishing above Arsenal at the start of the season. I've already
You're
accepted I ain't getting that back.
You're talking about like an all-time meltdown. If that, like, you're like unprecedented. Like, I don't know if it's happened before with that many points, but you're talking like an all-timer of being terrible.
David, I got cataracts, bro. I can't see that shit. Sorry, man. It is what it is.
It sounds like you need LASIK surgery, man.
Hey, so I can understand what Mount and Kai bring to my team. I might need it. I might.
Oh, here goes Australia.
Oh, go on. Actually, no, don't go on. Fuck, don't. Come back.
That was the technical ability. Ooh, the technical ability on some of these Australian guys is not good.
Have I been watching the wrong game? I've got the France game on.
Yeah,
I've got the France game in the background.
Actually, this hasn't been the worst first half I've seen, but it's not a memorable one.
The France game's been dreadful.
Yeah, look, you looked at that team and decided to watch France. Come on, man.
I didn't even look at the team. I didn't even look.
You saw Camavinga left back, and you decided, yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'm there. Like, nah, man.
I
saw Guendouzi right wing and Camavinga left back. I was like, yep, other game.
That's what Deschamps does to you when you take out one of your best players in training. You get to play left back.
That's not his punishment.
Yep.
Australia going through with the -2 goal difference. That's
Only took so many matches to get to this point. It could get worse, bro. It could get much worse.
You guys
we
are
have Bournemouth next. We don't like playing Bournemouth at home. Then we have City at home.
Graham Potter has been told his job is safe and he's managing like it. That's all I have to say. Like, that's
look, guys, you guys, they can't get worse. We play City away, and then we play Liverpool away in the same month in the Premier League. It can, in fact, get worse.
Our run-in also has trips to City away, their last home game of the season, by the way, and Arsenal away, where they're probably going to be chasing a title. And we think we're going to go and get results in those. I wish, if we could have any say, like in 15-16, you know what, I'll leave this season with my head held high. If we can cost Arsenal and Spurs, well, not Spurs, if we can cost Arsenal the title. But that's it. We ain't making top 4. If we make top 6, big up Potter for that and big up the players. But we ain't making top 6. If we go for like 8th, go 8th, 10th, I don't care. This season.
You know the worst thing about trying to avoid 7th?
You have to play worse.
You have to play worse than Brighton.
Yeah.
You have to continue being this bad, like exactly this bad.
Worse than Brighton or Fulham. Oh my god, we got the Brighton and Fulham shit. Oh my god.
Does anyone think when Bowley brought Potter in that he thought things were going to get so much more worse for the like after he made the change? Like,
do I think Bowley thought this, or do I thought this? Because
Do you think Bowley thought, all right, we'll sack Tuchel, we'll bring in Potter, and then we'll start to play good football. And now he's like, oh fuck me.
Yep. Oh, I thought this could happen. I was like,
Yeah, that's on Bowley's arse though. He should have waited till the season was done,
or he should have just done it during the summer.
Either or.
Yeah. The second he got a hint that Thomas wasn't gonna play ball with him, he should have just been like, "Listen, let's just go our separate ways then." Because I'm asking you for a certain amount of input. I need you to work with me for this one summer. Just give me all you got for a summer, and then once we have the staff in place, that won't be your job anymore. As soon as he got a hint that that's not what was gonna happen, he should have just, sorry, buddy.
100%. But the whole problem with sacking him 6 games into a season, you're implying that short-term results are still prioritized, right?
Yep.
The only problem is we turn to a manager who's never delivered short-term results in his career.
Yep. And never really, like, listen, you can say whatever you want. Like, yeah, it's an accomplishment getting Osterstrud or wherever the fuck he was at in, like, out of the 2nd or 3rd division and bringing him up. Like, sure, that's an accomplishment for that club, for a shit low-table club. Like, this isn't where you're at. And, like, I think as soon as I heard, like, his first few press conferences, I knew this dude is way out of his depth.
Hey, man.
Like, because even Tuchel, like, when I watch the press, because I do watch the manager's pressers, like, even Tuchel, I'd be like, okay, this guy, he's a seasoned coach. Like, he knows what he's saying, the right things, at least. Like, he sounds like he's got things under control. When Potter comes in and they're asking him questions like, hey, your team doesn't even look like they know what they're doing. And he's like, well, we're just blah blah. It's like, dude, get it together, man. You for a guy with a certificate in emotional intelligence.
And Mitchy boy as well, bro.
Don't watch then, man.
Why do you want us to be uplifting and just blow smoke up your ass? Like, why are we going to just look past everything that we're playing and say, hey, we're fine. We're going to make top 4. Don't worry, man. Doesn't matter what we see. Doesn't matter how the team plays. We're Chelsea. We're meant to make top 4. No,
Michi, give us the one positive, Michi. Let's have a positive from you.
If you want the link, bro, hop in. I will send you the link gladly, and we can discuss this.
We have played 14 Premier League games, and we've won 6 of them. Why?
We aren't a top 4 team right now. It's as simple as that. If Mitchy boy, if you could accept that, you would feel a lot happier about the team because you just have an acceptance that they're not capable of it, and this team just isn't. If Potter is any good, it has to get better, yes, but not with this team. The team isn't good enough. The team is the problem.
The only team in worse form than us over the last 5 games in the Premier League is Wolves.
Oh, Wolves have been shit all season. If that's our competition, then
well, if you didn't know, Wolves are literally in 20th.
And they're also, and if you go and look at their club is in literal turmoil.
Yep.
Yeah, like it's not.
And this is our competition, but people think we can make top 4.
Excuse me for being real. I don't even think I'm being negative. I'm just being realistic. Like, guys, I don't want to deal with Conference League next year because I don't want Chelsea to be going to Liechtenstein on Thursday, July 28th, 2023 for a playoff qualifier for UEFA Europa Conference League. I don't want that to be the reason we don't get a preseason. Like, I'm sorry. But like the problem is winning 7th is tough. Very tough. We either have to avoid 7th or hope some random team wins one of these cups. So then 7th doesn't go to Europe.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like.
Oh, go on, Josh.
No, you're fine. Answer your chat.
Yeah, I was just saying with this, like, look at bro. There has been this big idea that Chelsea only turn up against Spurs, and that's it. It's just
sorry as well. Everyone goes look at the Spurs game. Fam, we drew. We didn't even win. So why are you telling me to look at the Spurs game that we drew anyway? And what was that? Our like 3rd or 2nd game of the season or whatever it was?
Second game.
And that manager is gone. It's not even.
And we didn't play well under that manager recently anyway. We were poor that season when Tuchel was in charge. Like that Spurs game is only because the fans only turn up for Tottenham and the players only turn up for Tottenham. Like that has been such a consistent factor. In 2022, the only good games that we played towards the end of last season was Real Madrid away, the cup matches, and Tottenham. This season, the only good game that we've had was Tottenham. We have a habit of only turning up when it's Tottenham. It's as simple as that.
And you can say we got fucked in that game. We did absolutely get fucked in that game. But at the end of the day, the result is a result. Like, you can't go back and change it just because you played well. Like,
if we were more clinical, we wouldn't.
Kai Havertz missing big chances, man.
I'm sure. And Jorginho should give him the ball earlier for the first goal.
Yeah, Jorginho fucked up for the first goal.
Oh, dude.
But this is the problem. The team ain't good enough. That was such a good performance against Spurs, but we were so unconvincing up front. It took fucking VAR once to take it away from us. Why can't we play so well that VAR decision doesn't mean shit?
Yeah, guys, the sooner you accept we're not that good, the easier your life gets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, you know, crazy? We are Manchester United last season. That's what we are.
Literally.
What's crazy about that Spurs game is like it had all the potential to like the way Tuchel was going at it, like the excitement, the goal, like the late goal, like it had everything to like propel you into a strong season if you get that result. But the second you don't get that result, it's like complete deflation.
Yep. But yeah, guys, it's fine. Like Conference League, fuck. Might be our destiny.
Yeah, declared. I agree. Potter should have been a future. This should have been done at the end of the season. Shouldn't have been done mid-season. It just froze the entire season away. It was a write-off as soon as we sacked Tuchel. Because now you go back to stage 1 of a rebuild. It's pointless.
I disagree a little bit. Like, I think he was the right guy to sign. I think the timing was off in terms of it should have been, like you said, either during January or during the start of the summer. Like, or the end of the season. Like, it should have been done in a transfer window. It should not have been done outside a transfer window. That was dumb. The problem is hiring Potter is not the problem. It's the fact of what the hiring Potter means in terms of the direction of the club is going. And a lot of fans can't seem to understand or get behind that. Like, and me and Peter especially and others keep preaching the fact that, like, this is going to hurt, man. Like, we're going to have games or periods during the season where it is shit. Deal with it. Like, deal with it. Don't get so emotional about it. And things will, like, eventually things will get better. But things are getting better for United. Like, things got better for Arsenal, despite the fact they had periods of it being shit. Like, it will get better.
That manager had a window to bring players in.
Multiple windows. Like, it's going to be shit. You just got to, like, get through it and accept that. Like,
No,
if
even
you're
Ten Hag just had the summer. He just had the summer to bring in some players.
I agree, but, like, even if it takes more than a summer, just accept it. Like, we're going to spend, like, at least 2, probably 3 windows on this manager. Like, just accept that's going to happen and, like, move on. Because if you don't, you're just going to get upset for no reason.
Exactly. I was expecting this team to make top 4. It's not happening. It's not.
Hey, forget top 4. We're not making top 6.
Yeah, and I'll be fine with that. It's not my standards, but this team ain't worthy of my standards.
The goal is to avoid 7th. I don't care how we do that, whether that's 5th, 6th, 8th, 13th.
Let's get 10th, man.
The goal is to avoid 7th, all right? If they finish 7th, they have failed as a football club.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, if we're not playing in Champions League, I don't really care about playing in European football. I'd rather have the days off and build your team for the Premier League. Like,
Exactly.
It's just we've been there, done that with Europa. I don't care about playing or winning Conference League at all. I'd much rather have the days off and the time off to prepare for Premier League games. If you're not going to play in Champions League,
I could do another season of Europa League. I think I could.
Well, obviously, it's fun to watch additional. It's always fun to watch more games, but it doesn't move me at all.
For younger players, personally, like, I don't care about winning it. Really,
sure.
Like, if we got Europa League next year compared to Conference League, I think the level of football for a lot of these younger players and some of these academy kids is to the point where, like, I think they could do with having 6 games in the fall and 4 or 6 games in the spring. That's another outlet for them to get minutes. Because we spent a bunch on these kids, you would expect at some point we're going to see a lot of them play, right? Hypothetically, let's say Slanina isn't loaned out next year, but we're in the Europa League group stage. I want to see him play.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. We need to see whether Casade at some point, Chukwuemeka, Slanina, guys like this, Hutchinson, like, I want to see them play football. And I just
Give him a run out.
I don't think Conference League, on top of Conference League being at fucking 4 p.m. UK time on Thursdays and just being insanely embarrassing, I don't think Conference League is worth dealing with that. Also, in Europa League, that's the backdoor route to Champions League.
Sure.
The club needs at some point. Like, is Europa League exciting? No. Am I going to sit there and pretend I was excited watching Chelsea play fucking Molde, PAOK Athens, and fucking whoever else we played? No. I hated that shit. But I got to watch Hudson-Odoi play football.
Well, that tournament would be good for the youth.
What it is. I'm talking about the group stage. Like, group stage Europa League football is dead, but it is what it is, man.
Like, Peter, when you say, like, we need to get back at Champions League at some point, like, I think we need to be at Champions League, like, as soon as possible. Like, I don't think Bully has any desire to not be playing in the Champions League. Like, when they talk about a project, that project includes, like, still continuing to be at the top. Like, this is my huge thing about when people say, like, we're not the Philadelphia 76ers. This isn't like we need 10 years to build it. Like, no, sorry, that's not, like, you have a very small window to get your team sorted, get your manager right, and get back to winning. This is Chelsea Football Club, man. This is not a project club. This is why, like, that idea of, like, this is trust the process. It's a project. I don't buy into that shit. You can, like, it's not a thing of, like, oh, I expect, like, a Roman was always, it's nothing to do with that. This is not a project football club. I'm sorry. Like, if that's where your head's at, like, oh, we just need another 3 or 4 years to build a squad and Potter needs 3 or 4 windows. Like, sorry, that's not the case, man. Not for me. I expect to win. I expect to compete every season. That's just how it is. And I don't think, like, if we were going to do anything project wise, this is the time to do it when you're sitting at 8th. Like my issue with Potter is I was told this guy has some awesome inventive ideas of football. He plays a certain kind of like new style. He plays a style that like is right, and like there's some new ways to the way he plays ball, and like look what he did at Brighton, which was get him to mid-table. But like I haven't seen any of that since he's been there. And you can say like, yeah, the players aren't good enough. Well, I don't care at that point. This is your job is safe, so make these players play your style of football. Put them in the formation you want to play, force it upon them. If you don't win, we're not winning now, so it's not like it matters. If you've been told your job is safe, I expect to see your ideas on this team. And I haven't seen anything that shows me like, oh, that's a different way of playing. Like the only thing I think we've done differently is be a bit more forward with long balls and shit like that. Like I haven't seen anything that looks like an inspiring way of playing football. Like just haven't seen it at all.
Yeah, some managers' ideas don't translate at every level.
Right. Listen, I completely agree. But
the
like
calculated risk that the ownership group took.
Yep.
And they have to live with the results. As for Graham Potter, like make no mistake, guys, this club can be transformed. The squad can be overhauled independent of who the coach is.
Sure.
You don't build your squad to a specific manager's wants and needs. The whole
agree.
point of Graham Potter was supposed to be the ideals that he stood for. In theory, the ownership group could find those ideals in another manager.
I agree 100%.
And you can still build and still be competitive. This isn't going to be the thing where Graham Potter handpicks players. He didn't do that at Brighton. He's not going to do that here. So don't think, oh, if we sack Graham Potter going backwards, blah, blah, blah. Like, guys, Bully stuck the knife in Tuchel's back the moment he thought it was absolutely necessary and the moment he thought he could pivot in a better direction. There's nothing to suggest he wouldn't do the same to Graham Potter in 18 months' time or so.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like I think some people are thinking like Chelsea's going to turn into a club where like we're scouting these unheard of guys that play in like Venezuela and you've never heard of them, and like, oh my God, we bought him for $3 million and he's a world-class player. Like, no, we just bought Christopher Nkunku. He would never play at Brighton. Like he would never sign at Brighton. Like we're still going to be targeting like these top players. Like, yeah, do you want to maybe find guys who you can get a little cheaper, which is what we're doing with these youth kids. You buy them for $15 million and then hopefully you can develop them into something. But like to like when we talk about scouting, like that's the kind of scouting I'm looking at, like good young youth. I'm not looking at scouting a 27-year-old Trossard who played most of his career, outside of like some of the top leagues. Like, is he a good player? Yeah, he's an okay player, but he's a good player on a mid team. He's 27 years old. Like those aren't the guys I want to bring into the club personally. I just not for me. Doesn't mean Trossard's a bad player. If you're just trying to bring Brighton players in because they know Graham Potter's system, I think that's a horrible idea.
I hope these people know what they're doing, man. I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I like everything he's doing from a board, like from a staff standpoint, like bringing in good football minds and like making everybody sort of work together. Like I like that idea, but it has to translate to the pitch. I don't really care what the front office looks like.
Yeah. Time will tell. I have no faith in Graham Potter. I'll be completely honest.
I agree, man. I just haven't seen it, Peter. And I'll be the first one.
I don't even dislike him or like him particularly. I just think certain managers aren't cut out for the expectations and pressures of certain levels. And we've seen some managers try and take that step up, and they've kind of cracked under the pressure.
Yeah.
I expected what he's going through now to come like 6 to 8 months into the job. I didn't think he would immediately hop into the trenches.
Yeah.
Like I would agree if I just had any faith in the squad as a whole. I just don't.
Lewis, be honest. Lewis, be very honest. The football does not even look different.
100%.
The football. No, it's not. It's not. It's really
because
not.
Lewis, say what you want, right? When Tuchel came in, he had one training session. We played Wolves. It was like a completely different team. When Sarri came in, even though we had a World Cup that summer and a lot of our players were all over the continent, you saw it in the Community Shield against City. We set up in a different formation than what we had been previously using.
But I also think they were better teams, like better players.
Okay,
This is like this. It's like the same exact team, Lewis, that Tuchel had. It's almost.
It's an older midfield though, which has had a clear.
Okay, but Lewis,
decline since Tuchel
regardless of like,
the attack's the
regardless
same
of
shit.
regardless of the ability of the team, because this argument works against Graham Potter, factoring in he took over Brighton and like started overhauling them from day one. He was able to put his ideas across in that environment. But at some point, changing his environment from Brighton to Chelsea, the sort of ability to convey information properly and to really get his point across, he seems to be struggling to me. Yeah. Maybe he's not. Maybe the players are just fucking going rogue. I don't know. But like to me, I was expecting at least a visual difference in the football. We saw it for.
Well, I saw us play more direct, but that's it. That's really
slightly more direct. Slightly.
Like,
more through the middle than through the wings, maybe.
I'm not seeing the change in noticeable intent that I thought I was going to get bringing in a football mind like Graham Potter, because we've seen top coaches do this almost immediately at places they coach, regardless of the talent available. I'm not saying you get results playing that way, but even when Arsenal went from Emery to Arteta, the football is different. The results were mostly the same because the team was bad, like you said. I'm not going to pretend the results were much better.
I disagree with the Emery. I disagree with what you said about Emery and Arteta. In the first season Arteta went there, the football wasn't different. He played the same way. He played completely different to how he plays now because he was using what he had.
Well,
so the way they beat City and the way they beat us. I would say the way that they beat City and the way they beat us was by basically doing what Emery used to do, being literally as like defensive as you could be, give the ball to David Luiz and hit Aubameyang on the counter-attacks. That's how they did it, and that's how they won the cup. But through time, he then changed it. So I disagree with that. That's why I'm giving him till next season and then giving him a window or two.
That's it. Once I see players come in, cool.
If we're still seeing this same bollocks after January, or if we're still seeing this same bollocks after next summer, then cool, I'll call it out because we're not seeing any difference. But right now, I can't really say much because he's using the same dead players that let Tuchel down. He's like some of these players even let Sarri down and let Lampard down. I'm seeing the same bollocks and the same players. I want to see what happens if we get new players in. Then what happens?
The only reason to acquiesce to the same players, right, is because you can't upgrade, right, and you need to achieve some sort of short-term goal. If that's the case here, we're assuming there's a short-term goal that we're pursuing.
That's it, though. I don't think there's a short-term goal.
I don't know why.
What are you doing?
Then what?
So, I completely agree.
Long term, which they fucked up by bringing him in September, and I agree, but that's
at this point, if I'm Graham Potter, I'm grabbing the mic. I'm saying 80% of his players are shit, and I hate them. And I'm all right, at least now I know how he feels, and he wants to get better. I don't know, this. I just don't get this, man. I don't know what.
There's false positivity that I agree with. Yeah.
Well,
it's not even false positivity. There's blind faith.
Yeah.
There's blind faith. We've never been a club that's operated off blind faith.
Sure. I agree with Peter. When Tuchel came in, from Lampard, I saw a drastic difference in the football. The formation changed, the style of play changed, the results came pretty quickly. And I expected to see something similar to that when Potter came in, where even if maybe the team isn't to what everyone expectations are, the style of play would change a little bit, and we'd see some different ideas. I've seen none of that. And
even when Potter went into Brighton, bro, they played 4-4-2, 4-5-1 under Houghton, were very direct. When Potter went into that team, he started tinkering in terms of formations, but almost overnight they were playing more progressive and shorter distance passes and quick interchanging and overloading central. It was like an overnight revelation. That being said, he had a preseason. I don't know if having a preseason per se or having an extended break to work with players makes that much of a fucking difference. I don't know at one point we need to. I don't know at what point a gap in the season counts as a preseason, because he had basically 2.5 weeks when he took over, and he's had a World Cup break now, and we'll have a January window. So I don't know if I can expect any sort of change this season. I feel like I should be able to, but I don't know. I have no idea.
And for me too, it's like if he's been given the green light, like, hey, listen, you're not going to be sacked based off this year's results, then I expect to see like some creative lineups, some kind of some different formations, some style of play that like maybe not suit the players you have perfectly right now, but at least I can see what you're trying to do. And I say, okay, well, listen, if we upgrade here in the summer, like the idea is great. Like the idea of what you're trying to do with this guy is intriguing to me. You just need to be a better player, which we can fix. But like, I'm not even saying any of that. Like the lineups are the same dead lineups. Like he's not trying to mix and match. He's not trying to play. Like we're not playing wingers as wings. We're playing midfielders up top. It's like, it's the same bullshit that kind of Tuchel was doing at the end there. But like
That Newcastle game, bro.
I expected more from like a football standpoint. I didn't even really necessarily care about
behave like an idealist.
Sure. I didn't even care about the results as much, to be honest with you. Like, especially if he's been given the okay, like you got the green light, do your stuff, put your ideas in, implement it. You're not going to be fired. Then I'd be fine with that. But because nothing seems to have changed, then I got to look at him. He's the one putting the lineups out there, picking the players. Like, again, his press conferences are shocking. It's like you watch Mount be terrible game after game. You get asked a question about, hey, listen, Mason looks like he's struggling out there. Why is he playing every game? Oh, well, Mason likes to play. It's just he likes to be in form. Who doesn't? What player doesn't want to be playing every game and in form? Like, that's such a retarded thing to say. Like the second he started saying things like that, I'm like, okay, this guy is out of his depth. He just.
I like when we go into games and he'd be like, yeah, we'll try. Like, what the hell you mean we'll try? We'll do our best. Like,
as in the team shit, but we'll do our best.
Graham Potter knows
what
he's
the team
getting that
mentality is,
40+
isn't it?
million compensation package when he gets sacked, man. He's got to make
Yeah, he's on a 7-year deal. That's going to be a fat severance pay.
Yeah, he's going to be the most heavily comped manager for a single firing in the history of football.
Shit, because even if you fired him after 3 seasons, he's still got 4 years on his deal. Where it's like, okay, man, all right, I guess
Like
$12 million a season.
Hey, man, hey, good for him. He's rich.
Yeah. His agent is great.
but like, if we
12
come
season,
back,
that's just
from
over
this-
100K a week, isn't it?
Yes, that's
I
more than
guess so.
That's not a bad wage. That's not a bad wage.
Over
No,
7 years.
7 years is a madness.
Lewis.
But that's also why I believe Potter ain't going anytime soon.
Lewis, that's the Klopp wage.
That's the what?
That's more than Tuchel got.
all right, Lewis. If
Tuchel got more. And Tuchel got
Tuchel
less.
got way less.
Yep.
Fucking hell, bruv. Wow, we took the piss.
Tuchel's a way better manager.
Let's
Yeah, of
give
course he
Mason
is.
Mount 300K a week, but Tuchel, hey, nah, you can have 50K. It's cool, man.
That's
I just
pretty
don't
much
get
what
why
happened,
we
yeah.
couldn't stick with Tuchel and wait till after this World Cup to like get.
Because he wasn't their guy. Like,
No, because new owners always do that. Do you remember when Abramovich joined? Like, he got rid of Ranieri, but he didn't do it immediately, at least. He waited a year.
I think that's the main, like, listen, I like Tuchel, but I think that's the main thing people have to get to, like, you have to understand. Tuchel was not fired for football reasons, on the pitch reasons. All right, but then I agree, but then it's like saying Tuchel's a better manager and stuff like that. Like, that is just, that's a given. That's a given. He is a much better manager, but that's not why he was fired.
Yeah, we know that. I'm just saying. I know that's not why he was fired. That wasn't their guy. But at least wait till you have a better pool or a better, like.
Yeah, I agree. The timing was terrible.
The World Cup, it's like, say it's about to end in January. You go again, like, and I feel like the players kind of down tools on Tuchel as well. Like, they knew, like
they did, but we're at the same conversation in terms of it's the players. Then, like, the players are the issue here.
If the players are the problem, you need to remove the players. Simple as that.
Yeah, I know that, but separate. At least keep Tuchel until, like, I know there's going to be way more managers now available on the market after this World Cup is ending.
Are there? Because I don't think there are.
I don't think so, you know.
You guys think if Luis Enrique wins the World Cup of Spain, he stays as a Spain coach?
He's not winning the World Cup though, and I think he would anyway. Like,
Yeah, I think he probably leaves regardless if they win or lose. He seems like a guy who might want to get back into club football, like in the short term.
Just hypothetically, right? An elite manager comes available, right? Whoever you think is elite in your mind, but an elite manager comes available in 18 months. You know what? Fuck it. 12 months. Let's make the decision really awkward. You think Todd Bowley is pushing the eject button if Chelsea are in the UEFA Europa Conference League?
Do we consider Didier Deschamps an elite manager, by the way?
No.
Did he coach at the club level? I don't like.
Yeah,
Yes,
he coached
Marseille
way back.
Okay. All right, because there's a most likely Zidane is going to take that job. I have to imagine he's going to take the French national job.
So, regardless of if they're like a good, like an elite manager, right? Like, even if you say Deschamps is, I'm not watching Deschamps football fucking every week. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it.
Bro,
I'm not watching fucking. I'm not.
The only
I'm not
person
watching that.
bring back
Because the
Maurizio,
problem is,
man.
at least with a Potter or with a Sarri or with that type of manager, if you can get one of a better level, there is a chance. I can at least picture the thought of we can get to football that is good to watch. With Deschamps, I'll never see that. I'll never see that for as long as I live with him as manager. It's
And
the
listen,
French culture. I'll never see it. I'll
He's
never see it.
manager.
Scott, I'm not saying I want Deschamps. I was just trying to think of managers that might be leaving
I'm just
their
saying
post.
in a hypothetical, right? Because like I hear this whole like I understand the whole Tuchel got fired for like politics reasons. I get that part. And they wanted a guy who was their guy. I understand that. But like guys, these 7-year super max deal type contracts for managers, it's not really a thing that happens in football. Like
I 100% agree.
I understand they wanted to put the years and the money behind Potter to signify that they're backing him. But like guys, let's just be very honest. If we're not hitting the short-term targets the way Bowley envisioned us doing so at the time he made the appointment, and somebody comes available, they're just going to have to pay a bunch of severance, and they're probably going to make the move, aren't they?
I absolutely think they would. If the football is as dead as it's been, and we get we go a whole summer, we have new players in, they get a whole preseason, and next season starts off with the same bullshit, I think they would pull the trigger in a second if there was a top manager available.
And if they do, they're idiots.
Yep.
If they do, it shows incompetence.
That's a huge L on them.
That's my fear here, Scott. Now we're getting to the real conversation.
Yeah.
But Scott, say that elite manager makes the team better, though. Then they're not idiots. Then they're idiots.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, they're not idiots for going out and getting that manager. They're idiots for for basically wasting a year. Then this season is a complete write-off in terms of.
I 100%
this
agree with you.
Can mean something in like 2 years' time. If in 2 years' time we're actually at the top of the table, we're challenging for the league, then this season means something. But if come next season, like where we do like you said, we do the same thing. This season's just a waste of time. Then this was a write-off, and what was the fucking point? Like
Scott,
this was a waste of time.
This is my fear.
And all you're showing is your incompetence. You didn't want to get a DOF in straight away because you wanted to wait for the perfect guy. When it's like that doesn't happen, bro. Like just go and get someone. You can upgrade, fam. Like just go upgrade on him later on, or you hope that the guy you bring in gets to an Edwards level, like with the right backing and with the right like other scouts around him. Like just the entirety of what you've done is a complete waste of time for this season.
God, this is my fear, though. I fear like we are going to take so many shots in the dark. They're going to land on something moderately successful, and that in their minds is going to justify the scattershot approach just to running this football club. Yeah.
Well, another thing too, Peter, is like with Potter, you give him the 7-year deal, but then you also brought in his entire recruiting staff. His entire scouting staff. Like, holy shit, you built your entire club around this guy and his team. And then after a year, shit's still bad, and there's a big name manager on the table. Well, now what do you do? Because you sack him. His whole fucking staff works for you still. It's like it'd be a huge L for Bowley and the guys.
It's easy to say the club sticks by him now. That's a very easy thing to say, guys. But like I'm telling you, like this club does not handle losing to Arsenal well. This club will not handle playing in the Europa Conference League well.
The fans will turn quickly. Listen, this is a group of fans who at home were cheering "fuck sorry ball" for like 90 minutes.
Yep.
Like if they start to see this same shit, they'll be patient for a little bit, but they will riot on Potter if we're losing to Arsenal and Spurs every year.
These new age fans, man, is these standards. I don't know they're upholding. They're willing to play players like you know who in attack and be like, yeah, just wait. Like
don't worry. the vision I have of Mount and Havertz at the age of 26, 27, man. You just have to keep giving them time, man. I'm not giving up the dream of what they could become.
Hey, man.
Not giving up on the dream, man. This idea that I have of what Havertz could be if he could play consistently, man, is too good. And you can't give up on that. It doesn't matter if he stinks every game that he plays. Doesn't matter if he misses chances for fun. Doesn't matter if he dives a lot, turns over the ball 20 times per game. Just think about what he could be. And just build off that. Just build off that.
There was an idea, fam.
And it doesn't matter that in the World Cup, for example, Mason Mount is literally at the bottom for Group B of threat creators and ball progressors. Just imagine the player that he can become. Just imagine who he can become, people. That's all you need to do. Just think of the player. Just think of the player. Oh yeah, I forgot the second half started. Yeesh. Didn't get much
I don't know.
Yeah, so nothing's happened. So.
I don't think
I have a question. So, like, you guys have been supporting Chelsea for a long time, right? Have we ever signed a manager to an initial contract longer than 3 years?
No, never.
I don't think so.
No, Roman would never do that.
At least in the Roman era. Like, I'm sure we did it in the fucking 80s, right? There's probably somebody in the chat who will know that shit. But, like, in the last 20 years, have we ever signed somebody on as head coach or manager on longer than a 3-year deal? Like, that doesn't really happen.
Actually, let me check Mourinho's second.
Where's Andrew at? Andrew would be like, in 1974, we got Mike Johnson for a 9-year contract. It's like, okay. No, they, it was an awful lot. Listen, managers need, just like players, managers need to be incentivized to continue to do well. Like,
yeah, Jose got a 4-year contract on his return.
Okay, so Jose fucking Mourinho had to be Jose Mourinho on a return when fucking Roman Abramovich was desperate and short-sighted to get an extra year.
Let me
My
check
point is, we gave
Ancelotti.
this man 7. Like,
I swear it's only 5, is it not?
No,
I think it's 7 years.
Okay, let's pretend it's 5. That's still a crazy deal.
It's still kind of nuts.
Yes.
Ancelotti got a 3-year deal.
You have to incentivize them to continue to develop. Like, you give a guy a 7-year deal, it's like, where's the incentive to just continue to grow?
What about
Sorry.
Conte?
Sorry,
like,
got a
to me-
3-year deal for sure.
Wow.
For me, it's the same with play. Like, listen, I know why they're giving these guys
Conte,
6 years.
Oh, Tunisia 1-0 up.
Yeah,
Hey,
well,
let's go. So, guys, as it stands, Tunisia are in the knockout round.
Come on, Denmark, wake up. Fucking hell,
The champs, this was a must-win for France?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
They
No.
qualified already.
So, basically, for France to finish second, Australia has to win by like 3 goals against Denmark.
Okay.
So that's not happening because Australia have like 1 shot on target. So that's what it is.
Oh, here they go. Tunisia. Oh, right through that defense. Embarrassing. Who's the keeper for France?
Full rest.
It's Steve Mandanda in 2022.
Yeah, everyone got 3-year deals except Mourinho's second spell.
Yeah, man, Areola's washed, man. If you can't get
That was shocking keeping too, man.
Your career's over, man. Your career's over, man.
Wait, is Areola even in the squad?
Yeah, he is. He's sitting on the bench. He's holding bench.
Hey,
Tunisia
Varane.
1, France 0. Get Giroud on, guys. Fucking hell, man.
I'm literally telling you, Scott, man. If you can't get ahead of like Mandanda,
Hey, Varane got passed, man.
You're
Varane.
finished, bro.
Hey, it's mad what happens when you can't listen to
Bottle
answer.
jobs, man.
Yo, Varane, I
But
didn't even know, like,
He's playing
he
kind of in the
doesn't
left
have
back, bro.
Alpha
That
CB
is
next to
nasty.
him.
Yo, what a goal, you know, as well, bro. You just went through that midfield like a slice of cake.
France better win. They're gonna lose me my peas again.
Yo, come on, Australia, man. We need that little dagger and Denmark. Man.
It's because I've got a Maggie before work. It'll be. Oh wait, sure. What time is it? Oh, it's good.
I'm sorry, there's no way you looked at this France team and bet on this team.
I don't think Charlie looked at the lineup. He said he just put his money on the
You
line.
know, I didn't look at the lineup.
Bet responsibly, people.
No. Like in both senses of that phrase, bet responsibly. Responsibly for yourself, and responsibly for your health.
Oh, go! Get in. Let's go.
Oh, what's happening?
Right around your bum, Christensen.
Oh, don't tell me Australia have scored.
1-0, baby.
Oh, for fuck's
Oh,
sake.
that's
my-
Kangaroos.
Actually, I don't know if he went around Christensen, but he just he definitely dribbled right through their defense.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
wish he dunked on
Oh
Christensen.
man,
Right.
here we go.
yeah,
Here
man.
comes Matt's gonna be in here in like a minute. So's declared.
Listen, man, you can hold that, fam.
Hey,
Hold
Denmark's
on,
My
out
elbow
of
fell
the
for the
group.
cards.
Hey,
Respect
Lewis
that.
Why
Rice.
don't you put your Havertz jersey back on,
Hey,
bro?
Lewis
Yo,
Rice.
shut up, bro. Listen, man.
Last place.
Yeah,
Right.
why'd you get hurt by that, bro?
Oh,
Your
he did.
voice-
That's
He
not my
did.
jersey. It ain't my
That's-
jersey from school. You get me? son?
Lewis, he undressed Christensen, buddy.
Oh,
No,
Christensen
no,
did
did
get
he?
put in his.
Did
Yeah,
he?
he
No.
undressed him.
Yeah, he got.
I'm
put in
still
the
waiting
corner.
for it to pop up on his backwards stream.
Nah, Christensen
Oh, here
was
we go.
That's not Christian.
trying to
That's
run
not
back
Brandon.
like a little bitch.
That's who's
Oh,
number
no,
5. He
AC
got
just
it.
got caught out. He got caught. It was a defensive transition.
Was that
Oh,
Molly?
It was ice
one-on-one.
skating.
Yeah,
It
number
was
No,
five.
ice
number 5.
skating.
That ain't him. That ain't him,
No,
bro.
yeah, I thought that was him. You're right.
That's the other
That's
guy.
Mayo or Molly or however you say it.
Against my guy's name, bro. What is this?
Well, where was he?
It looked like
He
Christensen.
got. It was like Silver v Salzburg. He came out to.
Hey, I would like the entire stream to know on a stream on a different channel. Fator picked Denmark to win this group.
Talk about bet responsibly.
Oh, Mbappe is coming on.
He said Denmark were going to win the group, and Mexico was going to beat Denmark in the round of 16 and play England.
Oh,
Sorry, did you say Mexico?
Big up
Yep.
declared, man. Big
Hey, yeah, Fatter man. What the fuck are your like predictions at?
This
Your
is all
boy's
part of
going
his
on.
conspiracy for England to win the World Cup. That's all what this is.
listen, Fatou, man. When the fun
He
starts,
said
stop.
months ago France weren't getting out of this group as well.
World
No,
Cup curse,
no,
man.
no, no.
World Cup defending
Yes, he
World
did.
Cup curse. That's what I'm based on. That's
Yeah,
why.
he said World Cup curse. I asked him who was in the group. He couldn't tell me.
Peter, you gotta stop. You gotta stop letting Fodder make decisions at 4 a.m. UK time.
Look,
I
like
said World Cup curse. That's
World Cup curse,
tell you,
yes,
if I
because
had to
that's
put a
going
bet,
to.
bet on the opposite.
Bro,
Yeah, he said Denmark are winning this group. By the way, they're currently in 4th. People.
Fuck's sake.
Oh my god.
Hey, Denmark,
Mbappe.
wake up, bruv.
So bad.
Hey, you know what sucks for Tunisia? They're still out.
Yeah, they can't even go through unless Australia.
Oh
bottle it.
shit! Yeah, they need a goal from Denmark first.
Yep.
Yeah, like they were through for like a second, and now they're out. That sucks.
This is what's great about the World Cup, though. And you see like countries that probably didn't think they had much of a chance, but that's a great ball. Oh, damn it. It's a terrible ball with good idea.
Mbappe is too quick for himself.
Australia had to play like
Came
20
on.
qualifying matches to get here.
Yeah, he just came on.
Right. Yeah, they had to play in the
Now I
the
tune
playoffs,
in.
didn't they?
Because it was type hard to watch our friends.
They had to play in a playoff for their own federation and the intercontinental playoff against Peru.
Yeah, that's good for them, man.
Big up declared saying Christensen in the kangaroo pouch. Let's go. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Says, big up
They
declared.
took him for a walkabout, Declare.
So don't worry, man. This AC dagger's gonna kill you lot in 10 minutes time. France celebrated too early too. It is what it is.
Look at number 5 grabbing his hamstring like he's hurt. Oh, my hammy.
Said 5. I thought you were talking about Jorginho for a sec.
oh my.
Declared they took him for a little bit of a walkabout.
The one thing
Right now.
Jorginho has is availability.
Yeah, so do I. So do I, Charlie. I'm available for most games on the weekends.
If only he had some agility too. That'd be nice.
Yeah, but Lewis is a Jorginho stand.
Apparently, yeah. I blindly defend Jorginho through everything. Yeah, we move. Big up my UEFA Player of the Year.
Yeah, that guy on Twitter weren't having it when I said that.
Boring, yeah, fucking dead, man. Anything I say on Twitter, hey, but you're a Jorginho stan. He's like, yeah, but like you literally don't fucking defend Havertz or Mount in your fucking videos all the time. Let's not do this. Hey,
And
big
that guy
up
that,
Jem in the comments, bruv. I knew you'd pop in sooner or later, man.
that guy
I
that was
respect your
like
legend.
that guy that kept tweeting underneath all your tweets, the guy with the like Superman Avi with Mount instead of like on Superman's body.
That weird
Like,
Leo
tweeting
guy.
me as
All he
well.
knows is
What?
agenda.
Yeah, that he started tweeting me as well. He started like writing under my tweets. Oh, fuck off, man.
Like, all he knows is the same 4 comments, man. Drop the agenda, fella. You have an agenda. Mason Mount's got the minerals. Some other fucking.
Look, man.
It's because he's bro. He might as well be Johnny's son.
Look, man.
He's even a real human because he just says the same things.
If all of these people had actual friends, they wouldn't be like this.
My new favorite thing Johnny
Pick
does.
up Johnny as always, but that fucking hell, some of his stands. Yeah.
Listen, I love Johnny. Is very funny, but like, but the new thing he does now that I absolutely love is when people are talking about like Foden is so much better. He's like, it's not Foden or Mount, it's Foden with Mount. Like, okay, pal. Okay, pal.
I don't know how Mount makes that England squad.
He doesn't,
remember
bro.
Agenda FC when Johnny tried to tell me that Mason Mount starts for Bayern?
Oh yeah,
Oh my God.
that Agenda
Oh
FC
my
stream
God.
was amazing. Doing the all-time
that was
Chelsea 11.
fucking hilarious.
Listen, he puts Mount in his all-time Chelsea 11 now. It's like
What?
No,
No, he does.
You haven't
he
watched
does.
the stream?
Nah, no.
Oh, go watch the
Fucking
Agenda FC.
unreal, bro.
Myself, Lewis, Flawless, and Johnny Minerals.
Oh my.
In fact,
Honestly,
check the group chat in like a
Flawless
minute.
spends the entire time. Flawless spends most of the time just laughing. Like,
Yeah.
Flawless genuinely
So-
spends most of it just
This guy
laughing.
tried to tell me because he was trying to tell me that Mount, Rice, and Gallagher should be our midfield at Chelsea because they have
Oh man, check the group chat.
because they have
Yeah,
minerals.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
how are minerals going to help us when we go back to the Bernabeu? And
You
try
guys see what Mount and Bellingham couldn't do against US, and I feel like Gallagher is not better than Bellingham. So imagine when they face any type of comp.
He told me that like the Cobham connection. I'm like, is that an actual football attribute? Like,
Yeah.
I
Like,
need to
listen,
rewatch that Agenda FC stream.
I'll give him credit. Like I like how he doesn't block people because like Carlito goes at him like every
What do
day
you mean?
almost. Like
No, he does.
are
Hey,
you
let's-
like? I'm sorry, Scott.
yeah,
You and Andrew are blocked. You and Andrew are blocked. Right?
Yeah, but you look called him dumb. That's why.
I was going to say there probably
That's
is a reason,
why,
but
like,
Yeah.
that was a bit wild.
Hey, honestly, that shit was so funny, man.
Carlito goes at him every day, and he still hasn't blocked him yet. I'm like, this is at least he like invites, although he doesn't ever respond back to him, but at least he doesn't just block him.
He responds on YouTube though, because I was watching. Me and Carlito were responding on his last stream. He responds at that at least.
Oh,
He didn't respond to my super chat when Mount had a bad game.
Which one?
I super chatted him, and Mount had a bad game. And
Oh,
he still
my.
didn't read it.
No, that video is not real, man. That video is
I
not
had
real,
a-
man.
Oh, what a turn!
He didn't read your super chat.
Oh
No,
shit!
just because I was slandering Mount.
Tunisia
he doesn't.
are moving.
Like, he
mad.
literally will hide comments from what I've heard because I refuse to watch his videos. He'll hide comments or refuse to respond to comments if they are in any way derogatory to Mount or Havertz. Like, the only comments he reads, the only ones he reads are the ones that, like, big up Mount or big up Havertz or, like, run his agenda.
So I had a simple question, right? I was like, oh, in terms of like Kimmich, Goretzka, and Musiala, hypothetically, who does Mount start over?
None
And
of
he's
them.
like, I need 3 of them, mate. And I'm just like, all right, man. You can't.
Here's what it is. Like, I've just accepted. Johnny's just gonna prop man. That's fine. But
Well, he's
Right.
pot committed. He's pot committed, man. Like when you've gone as hard as he's gone, like you can't go back and say, like, you know what, guys, I was wrong. Like he's an average. He's a
He
bang
can never
average.
go back.
He's a bang average player. It's like, dude, you called him generational. You can't go back on that.
He posted a clip of him calling me not proper Chelsea too, because I said Rice, Mount, and Gallagher wasn't a good midfield for Chelsea.
It's not.
I mean, it's not.
Never mind for Chelsea. That's not a good midfield in general, fam. Like, that's
Well, if it
literally-
was, surely Southgate would use it, but he opted for Rice, Bellingham, and fucking Henderson. So like that tells you something.
If he's
But
putting
yeah.
Henderson in there, you just don't
Listen,
listen.
I will say, and I think this guy, because he gets lumped in with Mount, I actually like Conor Gallagher. Like, I think his game is actually better than Mason Mount's. Like, if you're asking him to do certain things, I think he's better. Like, I think he's a better passer than Mount. I think he has a better shot than Mount. I think he runs probably just as much when he plays.
Ooh, that's
Uh,
nice.
I give him a little more leeway because this is his first season at Chelsea. Like, I don't like to do they both stink.
You ever seen the meme? You killed the man, but not the idea.
Yeah,
Both Gallagher and Mount have to go. Like, we have to kill
he's
the
blonde,
idea.
he is blonde Mount. Absolutely, like when Alex calls
We
it
have to
blonde
kill
Mount.
the
blonde Mount.
I actually don't hate Gallagher that much. It's mostly for jokes, but like the idea has to go. We have to stop producing robotic road running number 8s from Cobham and pretending they can all play in the same midfield. No,
I absolutely agree with you, Peter.
Holy shit!
Also, I just want this idea of putting road running over everything just to die, because people need to understand as well. When I say that, I'm not talking about pace and power players because they're completely different. Like, I'll take a pace and power player if it makes sense. Like, Wijnaldum was pace and power, but he had tech, so it makes sense. Like, I'll take a pace and power player if it makes sense, if they got technical ability. I'm not taking just some road runner who can't do anything but sprints. Like, I'm not watching the Olympics here, fam. I'm watching football. Like, tell me how they work with the football. Tell me what they do with the football at their feet. Like, I don't give a fuck how much they run.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care.
Listen, as a professional footballer, and I know this has been said a million times, running is the fucking bare minimum requirement, man. I'm sorry. Like, if I have to big you up because you work hard, that's an issue in itself. Like, that is, to me, working hard is the bare minimum.
Also, as well, like, even if they don't run constantly, who cares? Like, Hazard never used to run constantly.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, certain positions don't require you run all the time. Like,
I'd say Neymar doesn't run constantly. Like, some of the best players in the world have never ran constantly. Even Messi, I'll say all of the quotable stories about Messi talks about how in the first 10 minutes of every game he just walks so he can scan the entire game how it's going.
It makes sense.
That's one of the best players, if not the best player ever to play football. A man spends 10 minutes walking. And you're telling me about a player because he runs. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Look, I watched Eden Hazard lose a sprint to Petr Cech in the 2013.
The man used to train with his laces untied. Like, I don't care how hard. Like, there are players in positions where
they were training at UCLA, and I went to the open session. Cech legit beat Hazard in a sprinting drill, and I knew, I was like, we're gonna have
Who?
Petr Cech. 34 years old.
Oh, Cech. Oh, that's embarrassing.
Bro, Hazard was well documented. The Mikel quotes came out like a year and a half later, but like, it was an open secret. Hazard was one of the worst training players to ever live. But like,
right, no question.
Well, who cared? Because he performed.
I don't care about this. Like, I don't care about running as like a primary attribute. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I agree. There are definitely positions where like you don't have to like. I don't think, and to Scott's point earlier about having like multiple guys in the team that do that, like, to me, it's like when we were at our best, we had one guy in our when you have Conte, like, Conte had one guy who did that job in the team, and everyone else was a good technical football player. Like, I don't need 2 or 3 guys who are literally their only contribution is the fact that they chase people.
But the thing with N'Golo Kante, it's not just chasing people. It's the
listen, Peter, elite, but all-time player, like, absolutely, no question.
Yo, the thing is, it's like
if there was,
I don't know if you guys listen to Eunice talks football, but he says he could see why managers pick Mount, and I feel like we need to go away from that. Because so what if I don't care how hard he's in training. When he comes to the game, he's playing ass. So you need to drop him. But I think that's what they're saying. Like, he's just like a standout trainer. So when it comes time to pick him, there's like a no-brainer. But that's just, I don't know. That don't make sense to me, man. If you're not,
Berbatov was another one, that we used to train like shit. But
exactly.
They clean.
Meanwhile, now we have brothers who put everything into training and apparently are the best players in training. But then when it comes to the game, suddenly they ain't got it like that. Maybe save your energy for the game.
And there are those players like that are like, when you play elite, they kill it in training, but when it comes time to the game, they're just average. Even when you playing like locally or like for your teams growing up. There's always those players that he goes hard in training. But then when it comes to and then there's opposite. Those are the players that just take training sometimes as a joke. And then when it comes to the game, they're just on it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I get it with Eden Hazard. Now he's struggling because he's in a different squad. But in terms of Chelsea, I don't know. Get rid of all of them. Get rid of all of them.
Hazard had a decade at the top of his game.
Yeah.
He wasn't the most serious in terms of keeping himself in shape.
Yep.
Which kind of makes sense.
And it's come back to haunt him.
Look, Hazard did run. He basically ran wherever he played for a decade, outside of one really poor season.
But you got to understand too, like all that hacking that he endured as well on his body.
Yeah, 100%. But like all the physical toll that was doled out to him just for how he played and how effective he was, he also didn't look after himself the best. He showed up fat every year.
Every offseason. Yep, absolutely.
That was an accepted thing. Like
my guy did not care, bro.
Bro, Sorry said he had to bring him off the bench basically because he wasn't fit to play like 90 minutes. And I'm like, hey man, like whatever. Like he came out the bench with Arsenal when we won 3-2, changed the game in 10 minutes.
He even said in like an interview, he like enjoys cheeseburgers and stuff like that. Like,
exactly, like it's fine. I remember when we were 3-0 down to City at Stamford Bridge in April of 2016, Hazard sitting in a box eating lollipops with his kids. I'm telling you, this guy doesn't care, man. Like, it is what it is. He's like, oh, he needs to be more professional. I'm like, he's been carrying this club. Like, no choice but to like rely on Eden Hazard. It's what it is.
Yeah, I got no problems with that. And like obviously, like as a professional athlete, you want them to take the best care of themselves as they can, just for themselves and for your team. But like, I can't complain about that guy, man. He's absolutely an absolute joy to watch.
He ran the game for a decade. Like,
yeah,
with this. People think, oh, how could you be washed at 29? You were the man at 19. That's how. Like, it's very simple. Like, same thing with Cesc. Cesc was washed by the time he was 30. But it's like, you've been playing since you were 16. I get it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, Denmark are 10th in the world.
Embarrassing, but okay.
Hey, Lewis, talk to your people.
Well, what happened?
They're apparently a top 10 football nation.
Yeah, I don't know what's been going on with Denmark this World Cup. They're moving like Turkey in the Euros. I don't rate this. They're meant to be my dark horse. Now they just stink.
Nice little subtle jab.
Carrying like fucking dead ballers. Like I don't know who's with him in centre back. Anderson and Mailer. Ain't working out for him, bruv. Ain't working out for him.
Hey, shout out to Australia though if they go through.
Yeah, no. Listen, that's a big achievement, man. That's not a huge. It's a absolute continent, but it's not like I wouldn't say it's a huge football.
Did they do that before? Have they done that before? By the way, like going to the last 16.
I
don't know. I actually don't know.
Has Australia ever made it out of the group stage of the World Cup?
That's what I was asking. Yeah, I don't think so.
It's declared in the chat.
He would know, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like they haven't. Could be wrong, but
no, that's what I was saying, isn't it?
You know, we could be looking at like Australia versus Poland next round, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, man. Saudi Arabia, inshallah, fam.
They have one. The last time they did was 2006, I think.
Oh, that was with Team K.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, that was with Team K. Obviously.
Yeah, they've qualified.
I think that might have been the first full World Cup that I watched, 2006.
In Germany, innit? 06, right?
Yeah,
that's
the
one
one
I
in.
remember sitting down and watching.
That was the World Cup where Zizou.
That's the headbutt, right?
Yeah, but
okay, yeah, that was
came back out of retirement, man, and
that was my first full World Cup.
For 02, I was 6 years old.
That was my favorite.
I remember watching the final in 02, but I didn't watch like the entire tournament. I was also 6
when that Brazil 02, I played with a lot of Brazilians. They all got that Ronaldo haircut. All got it. And the moms was heated because it's like
I was actually watching like highlights from the 02 World Cup yesterday, and I was just looking at the players in this team. I'm like, oh, no wonder they won. What the fuck?
oh hell yeah, that they had Roberto Carlos, Cafu, Ronaldo, Rivaldo. Like you're not beating that team.
Fucking Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho. I'm like, god damn.
And the funny thing is, like, Ronaldinho wasn't like the best player on that team.
No,
I mean,
100%.
he was influential. I think he scored like that free kick against England, but like, you had the greatest striker of all time for me in his prime.
Oh shit, Saliba's playing. Ha! Mad.
We're giving him charity minutes.
Yo, Lewis, if Eritrea was in the World Cup, would you be supporting them?
If who?
Eritrea? How you say it?
Eritrea. Nah, I'm Ethiopian, bro. But yeah,
I know you are. But I'm just saying.
But I still back Eritrea anyway. I still would.
Because basically, it's Ethiopia that got conquered.
It's what?
Eritrea is Ethiopia that got conquered.
Ethiopia's never been conquered.
I know, but Eritrea.
Oh yeah, Eritrea. I don't know if they were either. I don't.
No, they weren't either. They weren't either. It was just Somalia that got conquered and Djibouti.
I
Remember
swear
we had a bit of a beef with Italy in the 20s and 30s, but
yeah, I swear it's Italy that made that portion Eritrea. No,
that was in '97. They got independence.
Wait, Italy were beefing with black people? Where have I heard that before, man?
No, Italy tried to take over Ethiopia, and we sent them packing. Hold that, Jorginho. Hold that.
Mussolini was cooking.
So Italy tried to take over Ethiopia and then join the Axis powers.
Your Haile Selassie has a big influence over my people, man.
Yeah, isn't that the whole concept behind Rastafarianism?
Yeah, facet of it. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's all that I've really heard about. I don't know too much about Rastafarianism.
But then when you look at it, it's like, yo,
yes,
never been
yes, you do.
conquered.
Yes, you do.
Oh, what? You're thinking about weed, aren't you?
Lewis takes the sacrament quite seriously.
Wait, Matt Ryan is Australian.
Yeah, he's Australian. Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, Matt Ryan's Australian.
All right, Fator, we're not gonna do this. We're not everybody knew this. We're not about no. You bet on Aaron Moy, first goal scorer in an Australia match. Stop this.
Also, of all the players from Australia you could have picked to score first, you picked Aaron Moy.
Yes,
the only one he knows.
Long range shot merchant. That's why I picked, man. Long range shot merchant.
You can say that, but he literally is their holding midfield player.
Bro, he's not watched him. Do you not watch him when he was playing in the Premier League, Huddersfield at all?
No, that's what he did watch, but he thinks he plays for Australia like he played for Huddersfield. No, mate.
You guys are thinking way too deep into this.
Aaron Moy that played for Huddersfield, bro. That was like, what, 4 years ago?
Yes.
It was more than that, wasn't it?
You guys are thinking too much into this. Spotter went, who's the one Australian guy that I know? It's Aaron Moy. Okay. He will score first.
Yo, you guys saw the training pics from Chelsea, right?
No.
There's training pics?
Yeah. Whoever, like, I don't know if you saw, but when I reached James Fofana scheduled to come back.
Don't know.
Apparently they're meant to play
Fofana is already doing light training, I saw. So I think they're still in Dubai, but Fofana's doing light training already.
At this point,
Chilwell's back. Chilwell's in the pool and on the treadmill. I imagine recent Fofana's probably the soonest to be back.
At this point, we need to tank and avoid 7th, man. We need to bring tanking to the Premier League.
Yeah, facts, Declare. Exactly. Free kicks and pens.
This guy said free kicks and pens because he thought Australia was going to free kick penalty against France.
Free kicks at least. At least free kicks.
Come on.
No, wait. Sorry, you did this bet against France.
Yes.
No, you did not.
I did appreciate
Yes. Don't let him fool you. There's no logic to what happened.
I thought you meant you did this in this game. I didn't realize you said that
No.
to France.
How can he bet against his group winners, Denmark? He can't bet against them.
What was that, like minus 1,000 for that to happen, Father? Like, what was had
190 to 1.
Oh my god!
Father's the worst, man.
Fuck! I hate this guy. This guy's a villain.
Or if Father tells you to bet on something, bet opposite.
That's like, and you know what? That's like the 50th worst thing I've heard him say. Like, trust me, there's plenty.
Now I understand why you lose money like it's nothing, bro. Like now I'm understanding why you're losing £250.
Bro,
Andrew.
You know, Fata put like 150 up against me and what's his name, Kai, that England are gonna win the whole World Cup.
Technically, you owe me 45 pounds for the match.
Yeah, I know that, but that's cool. That still wipes me clean. You can keep the fiver as well in that case. You can keep the fiver.
Connor, didn't Timo cost you like $300 last year?
Not really.
I thought, yeah, did you have bets?
I still won money from the fantasy team last season, so I'm good.
Oh man, okay. I wish we could have got dembele.
Oh Jesus!
I'm literally finished top of the fantasy team, so yeah, not the season.
I don't get it. We have scouts now. I don't know if Bowley keeps doing this interim director thing. There are a lot of midfielders to go after.
Guys, we don't even need to get Caicedo. We can get his doppelganger Mendes from LAFC. It's not hard.
Would you prefer Caicedo?
Yo, for real. That's the other Ecuadorian you know?
Yes, yeah. Bro. One is number 20.
Same thing.
They are built the same. They run the same. They have the same skin fade. Caicedo's just 3 inches taller.
Well, and Brighton, I think their other midfielder, Bright, is on Brighton too. From Ecuador.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, the other midfielder, Brighton wants Cifuentes. Like he's played for LAFC, but there is a very high chance.
He plays for LAFC right now. He was playing left back.
I was say he plays for LAFC, but there's an almost like guarantee that he leaves. Like, and Brighton are the team that are interested in him.
Number 3 is
Yeah. He's been rumored for LAFC for like the last 6 months.
There's a chance that Brighton could end up having about 4 Ecuadorians on their team,
and they're all performing too. Because look at Estupinian.
Yeah, well, it's funny because LAFC, they get a lot of their players out of South America.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of use MLS for what it should be. They just give these hungry players a showcase and like a sort of platform, and then you just shift them over to Europe for good prices. Like LAFC went and got Diego Rossi, and now
you guys just should have seen what Mbappe did. He like did the 2 megs cut in.
He's somewhere in Turkey playing, I think. Rossi.
Yeah, he plays for Fenerbahce now.
Yeah.
Which Rossi? Giuseppe?
No,
Diego.
Oh.
Yo, Josh, that kid Musa in your midfield?
Oh, Yunus Musa. Yeah, he's awesome, man.
I feel like when those guys even get more mature, you're going to have a solid midfield of Adams.
He's very young. He's only like 19 or 20, I think.
Yeah.
Yunus Musa is young.
Adams
turned 20 today, I think.
Yeah, and he's at Valencia. He's at a great club to develop for just playing good European football.
The U.S.'s midfield is fine. The problem with the U.S. going forward will be
we have no striker.
Yeah, you need to score goals in international tournaments.
Yeah, I was talking with a buddy the other day about it. Like, we just don't have that number 9 yet. So for me, I'm just playing our best 3 players in attack. Like I'd play Gio, Weah, and Pulisic, and make Weah a false 9 or Gio a false 9, and just let him interchange.
Do you know what I don't understand about your manager? Your manager spent literally every international, or damn near every international period, playing Ferreira as his number 9. You get to a major international tournament and he doesn't play him at all. Like, what's the fucking point then? You might as well have played Moore or Sergeant Moore during the last few internationals. What was the fucking point?
Hey man, Berhalter hustles backwards.
So wait, as things stand, Australia is going through?
Yep.
Yeah, also,
for the winner of Group C.
I tell you what, I might back Australia to beat Argentina.
What?
You know what?
Hey, was
You
that
say,
fun?
you say what? But hey,
lucky.
this Argentina team, like I've said it before, I don't know what it is. They stink. The way they play is they just stink. And like this Australia team,
you're assuming Argentina are even going to win the group.
I think they will. Just because like
Argentina might go out today.
Saudi's got something, man. Saudi's got something. Don't
I think so. I think Saudi.
Lewis, you're
Saudi
streaming for that
play
game.
Australia.
Which one?
The Mexico and
Which
Argentina game.
Nah, not
Well,
the late
Argentina
ones, but we're gonna do both kickoffs tomorrow.
Argentina plays Poland and Saudi plays Mexico.
Saudi's got a chance, man. They can do that, man.
Well, so if Saudi wins, they go through.
Yep.
I think
Yeah, I
Saudi
think
win
so.
that game.
Yeah. If Saudi wins, they go through.
Come on, Saudi, go. Almost.
Saudi.
6 minutes, man. The stop time in this tournament has been unreal, man.
I like it though. Like,
imagine this in the Premier League. Man.
Not
Oh my
really, though,
God.
because
6 minutes at the time.
I feel
I
like
hate.
the
Go ahead, Connor.
substitution takes too long though sometimes.
We had 9 minutes in the USA game yesterday. Like what? Like 9
14 in
minutes?
one game.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I like it, man.
Yeah.
Because teams do be wasting times, and we don't have enough like on the field gameplay.
I'm gonna propose a radical idea. 30-minute halves, but the clock stops every time the ball is out.
I'd be up to that, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't think that would be like the continuous clock. Like I like the in theory, it's a cool idea, but like when you have these such subjective amounts of stop time, it's like
Yep.
Because
let's be honest, guys. The stoppage time like this, we should be seeing on top of every match. People are only freaking out at 10 minutes because they're not used to seeing it. But like on average, in a half, you've got about 8 to 10 minutes of wasted time.
That's how I like it, man.
There was a study done in collegiate soccer. Granted, it's collegiate soccer for like the University of Michigan. In the average 45-minute half that they played over 3 seasons, it was like 8 minutes and 40 seconds left with 40 seconds of the ball just being out of play. And they stopped the clock for goals and stuff like that. So you're not even having as much stoppage time as you possibly could. It's like if you're going to see 10 minutes stoppage time every half, you might as well just redo how you're keeping time for games.
right. Well, even that is like who's really clocking the stops? Like how consistent are they? Like I mean, how much time are you just doing a running clock for certain when the ball's out, or are you just saying like, oh, it went out, we'll add 15 seconds for that? Like, are you just
Man, the referee should just pause his watch.
I was going to say no, but yeah, the way they're meant to do it is the referee's meant to be wearing 2 watches, and they one watch goes the entire 90 minutes, and the other watch they stop and start whenever the ball goes out of play. That's how they're meant to do it.
To be fair,
I don't know if they do
that. You don't even need to do that anymore. Like VAR now, they should be able to keep the time for you and everything. Even the fourth ref could do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like the fourth official should be tracking stop time. To be honest, with
Ooh,
you.
Schmeichel's up for this corner.
The fourth official is literally there just to get battered by the coaches for 90
AC
minutes.
on the far post.
You know the funny thing, if Denmark scores, they're still out.
Yep. There's
AC
basically nothing
consolation
Denmark can do at
goal.
this point.
Fuck it.
The only
Oh,
difference that makes if
yeah,
Denmark
so-
scores, Tunisia goes through.
Give me an AC goal like I can say he's done more than Messi has so far in the tournament. That's
Well, he's
all right.
already scored Denmark's only goal.
He's about to get himself a yellow card.
Yeah, he nearly did.
Denmark's top goal scorer in the Euros, I heard. I'm fine. Yeah, they can leave. I'm fine. That's fine.
Yo,
That's
players,
fine.
man.
That is more than fine.
No, so you said top goal scorer. You meant only goal scorer.
Peter, you know what I hate more than anything though about stop time is when they add stop time in stop time. I fucking hate that.
But like,
they put an extra. They basically played 10 minutes yesterday in the USA game, which is like, what do you like? The stop time is the stop time, man. Stop adding 2 or 3 minutes in stop time because something happened.
I declared that's Denmark's gimmick, bro. Not Australia's.
Hey, I'm telling you, 30 minute stop clock for every time the ball is out of bounds. So you can
Schmeichel's up again.
Game. People would hate it and they would riot because it's a change to football.
Because it's different, right?
It's the same thing, man.
They'll be like, oh, these bloody Americans changed.
Catch it. What are you? What is the goalie? What's the keeper doing there? Catch
Matt
the
Ryan is playing for.
I don't know why Matt Ryan
Sevilla.
just didn't grab it there.
Yeah, just catch the ball.
Doesn't Matt Ryan play for Sevilla, if I'm not mistaken?
Sociedad.
Sociedad,
Close
sorry.
enough.
These Tunisia fans like looking at their phones and that.
Oh, onto the roof of the net. Oh shit. Yeah, so guys, Australia through.
Yeah,
Right, guys, I'm gonna have to shoot. I've got work. Big up.
No worries, my guy. Big
big
up.
up, Charlie.
Good seeing you, man.
See you in a bit.
Take care, bro.
How we only have 24 likes the entire stream, man? Fuck you, people.
People, dude, listen, it's so easy just to hit the like button. It takes literally
Yeah,
like
hit
it's
the
not
likes.
even a half a second. Of it.
There's 32 of you here, you stingy fucks.
Hit the like.
Hit the like button, guys. Big up everybody that's in here, though, anyway, because we haven't had a lot of people in here today.
Well,
But World
guys.
Cup tap. We moved.
It's the first thing I do
Oh,
before I
that
even
was
go
like-
into the. It's before I even go into a chat. It's the first thing I do. Just hit the like button. It's not a big deal.
Guys.
My
Hit the
God,
like
my
button.
bro.
Helps the
Big up, man.
content get pushed out to more like-minded people. Helps the family.
I don't even
grow.
like Lewis, but I hit the like.
Exactly.
Give Lewis a hate. Give him a hate
Thank you
like,
for that,
folks.
bro. Hey, if you guys want to dislike it, that also helps. Do something.
Listen,
Nah,
man,
don't
you're already
like
giving him a hate watch. Just add the, hate like him as well.
Full time, Australia go through.
Let's go. AC's top goal scorer. Let's go. Win-win. We're all happy.
Laird
Now,
is
let's
putting
move
some
on.
shrimp on the Barbie, baby. Let's go.
Hey, Australia, Saudi next round. Let's
Here
do
come
this.
from a land down under.
That's winnable. That's winnable for Australia, man. They can get
Also
to
winnable
that
for
happen.
Saudi.
That's
Oh
true,
man,
too.
I want all bum teams out of the World Cup.
Yeah, Denmark is a bum
By
team.
bum
anyway,
teams,
so
what are we
yeah.
considering bum teams?
Yeah, Denmark.
Australia's a bum team.
Because England are here. So what do you? What's your?
Yeah, but I want them to play a good team that teaches them a lesson. And they're not they're bum. We could say that, but they're one of the better teams in the World Cup.
8 minutes in the Tunisia game. Jeez, like what are we doing, man?
Who's England
Is it
playing
beat
against?
France for no
Senegal?
reason?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's painful.
That's tricky. If
No,
Senegal
England,
had
England
won
should win that.
it would have been
England
extra
should win that.
tricky.
Oh, France, baby. Griezmann at the death.
You scored?
Oh, no
Yeah.
way. They equalized.
At the death.
That's a faster man. What the
Dude,
Well,
I'm
it doesn't
telling you,
matter.
listen, stoppage time has ruined this World Cup, man.
It doesn't matter because Tunisia are out already.
Yeah. It just stinks. You wanted to see them finish the game out.
Yeah, it sucks for them, but
Yeah.
hey,
8
man.
minutes. Look at these French fans
They're going
celebrating.
crazy. They did it. They actually
These
are in
French,
the next round.
French fans, shameless pricks, celebrating a 1-1
like
draw
French
in the
Montana.
98th minute.
Why am I seeing this Griezmann celebration, man?
Jalen Waddle, baby, put some respect on his name.
What if Senegal knock you out? Don't be surprised.
Don't, guys. England. I saw them lose to Iceland. They can lose to anyone. Let's not do it.
Big up Declared saying Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, big up. Big up, my guy. Wait, that means Australia are through, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations, my guy. Congratulations. I wonder who they play. Who they get on the last 16?
We find out at the
Griezmann
end
is
of
not
these
outside.
kickoffs.
Oh, okay. It's the winners of the next. No, yeah, winners of the
They
next.
play the winners of Group C, so it's going to be either Poland, Saudi, or Argentina.
Likely Argentina.
For that to happen, Argentina would have to win. So maybe.
Who do they have?
Although, if Argentina draw and Saudi win, Argentina are out.
So
Oh shit!
those winners of that group, who they play?
The winners of Group C would play Australia. The runners-up in Group C would play France.
So if Argentina could play France,
They could play France, get eliminated, or play Australia.
It's an important game.
But yeah, so
Oh, they're reviewing something. What are they reviewing?
Might be reviewing the goal.
No, I think it got pushed. What, pen for who?
Yeah,
no,
right.
someone said in the comments, pen.
Oh, they did. They gave a pen.
for who?
Oh, you know what? They took the goal off.
They did. They must have. Who would they give a pen to?
Final. I don't know why.
Imagine they missed this. I'd be fuming.
Dude, who would they give a pen to? Like, France scored. Like,
Yeah,
They're checking the goal.
Griezmann's offsides, maybe. No, he's on. Maybe he's off when the ball is played. Yeah, he is. Griezmann's offside.
Oh, so that's why they gave the pen. So that, yeah. Wait,
Griezmann is off.
There's
so they.
I think he's just offsides, guys.
Yeah, it's just an offside.
Oh, okay.
Griezmann is absolutely off. He's the two bodies offside.
That's what I first saw. I was like, is he not off?
Come on, Jake. Fucking limbs over there. Oh my god.
Come
Would you be surprised if England lose?
Jesus, right.
You know, bro.
Did they win the World Cup?
Fucking on to the next round. Come on. Hey, Christian fucking suck my fucking dick his ass.
Sorry. Did anyone else catch any of that? I got none of that.
You asked AC to suck him off, but that's all I got. Whatever you're
Oh,
into,
they chalked off that France goal.
Yeah, he was
that is
offside.
ridiculous, bro.
Oh, there we go. Good for Tunisia.
So wait, what happens now? Does anything? Nothing changes. No.
Nah. The group's already decided, but Tunisia gets to feel better about beating
Yeah,
France.
they get a little bit of a positivity going back to
Your
Tunisia.
fans are going crazy.
I guess Tunisia finished third instead of last. So I guess that's on.
So they playing this game over after he blew the full-time whistle.
Hey, good for Matt. He put his name on the line. He took a bunch of shit for his pre-World Cup prediction. So, although I do think he said France doesn't go through the group, but no big deal. Why are they playing another 5 minutes of this game? What are they doing?
I guess they're in the VAR time, aren't they?
I don't know why. It's in stop time. Like,
Oh, he wants his latest comment. Peter, is it worse than when Timo said
Yo,
Ireland
imagine
would
France
beat
score.
France?
Oh, yeah. Fator did say Ireland would beat France in the Euro qualifying group. He said Ireland would get 20 points from 8 fixtures, I think.
Wait,
Prime, you're on
28?
fifth takeover.
20 points from 8 games?
Yes.
Oh, take care, Josh.
I
Big
will
up.
explain this logic.
Big up,
I'll
guys.
explain this logic.
No, there's no logic.
Explain the
You,
logic.
you said they would drop. You said they would drop 4 points.
Yep.
If I will say this, if France points it down, surely,
What was this in? What was this in? World Cup qualifying, like
This is the Euro 2024 qualifying group.
Euro qualifying? Cool. Let me just take a look at this group.
All right, I'll show you the group, brother. I'll show you. I got you. All right, so we have got. Where is France in this? Let's go past them. All right, we got okay. So 20 points from 8, which is. So you got the Netherlands, France.
You're hot. I've just seen the team. You're off your head. You're
The
off your
Republic
head.
of Ireland, Greece, and Gibraltar in the group. He said 20 points.
Oh God.
Black people in Australia.
Sorry, so you think that they're getting a result against one of the Holland or France or both?
As an Irishman, we're aiming for third place. As an Irishman, but whatever.
Exactly.
Listen, man, you're not winning them anyway, so who cares?
Oh dear me. At
Right.
least they're gonna be like the third best team though. So it's gonna
Listen,
be
man,
like,
who cares? If you're third, being
Aren't they
third-
definitely the third best team in there?
Either you qualify or go home, man. Being third best is not going to change anything.
Thank you, Ahmed. You either qualify or go home. Thank you.
It's as simple as that, man. Or you're just not there at all. Like
Oh, was
Somalia.
that sarcasm, Peter, or was that like genuine?
No, it was complete sarcasm. Thank you for clearing that up, Ahmed. I was unsure about
Sorry,
that.
this is on the level of this is on the level of the comments.
Wait,
from
sorry,
last night.
Scott, hold on. Ahmed, don't get involved in my country's affairs. Don't get involved.
Listen, man.
This guy said you either qualify or you go home from the qualifying group.
Bro,
Yes.
this coming from the same dude who said the Italians spoke Italian.
Yep. The Italian speaking Italian, but the subtitles were in English. I'm like, yes, because we were all so confused about what language the Italian interview was done in.
Wait, who said Italians speak Italian? Timo.
Ahmed.
Ahmed, are you?
Okay,
Okay, Ahmed. Okay.
But yes, guys, don't let this distract you from the fact that Fator thinks Ireland are getting 20 points from 8 fixtures against the Netherlands, France, Greece, and Gibraltar. I said
they should be stat padding against Gibraltar. Then they should be stat padding.
I said they would do well to get 12 points, and I maintain that.
Wait, Timo, did you say we should be stat padding against Gibraltar? Have you seen the country? Have you seen our team?
Yeah, you should win those games against Gibraltar. 2 games, yeah, 100%.
Oh no, you're right. No, he's right though, because since we beat France, we have to beat Gibraltar. You're right, I forgot.
Yep.
Yeah, you should win against Gibraltar. Yeah.
So Fator, when Ireland go to play in Athens, what's the score going to be?
1-0 to Ireland.
All right. Hey guys.
Wait. What's the score when we beat France?
I said 2-1. 2-1 to Ireland.
How?
If the Trump's still in charge.
Oh, hold on. How is Ireland scoring more goals against France than against Gibraltar?
France gonna fuck themselves up, man.
Okay. Who's our goal scorers? Who's our goal scorers against France?
Fator, I have a question for you. Fator, I have a question. So, if Ireland are getting this hypothetical 20 points, which one out of the Netherlands and France isn't qualifying? Because Ireland are definitely making it, right?
I'll say France.
I mean, France do not make the Euros.
No, Fator. Because before when we did this, you said France finished second.
Oh God, I'm dead.
Because this whole discussion was about France finishing second and
France
Ireland being
second
top.
in a European qualifying group.
I changed my mind because the Shams is also a fraud.
The Shams could be a fraud, but like, guys, this is not the Euros. This is the group that you have to qualify from. You know, like, you don't have to be amazing to do this, right?
Fucking mad. Right, guys, we got to wrap up anyway. I'll go do a video quicker now. I'll go head over to Said's channel, so check that out. But Lawrence is live now, so no one leave, because this stream will send you straight to Lawrence's channel. If not, go over to his and just raid it anyway. But big up everybody that's locked in. Like, subscribe. We might do the 3 PMs. We might do the 3 PMs tomorrow. If not, we are definitely doing the 7 PMs. The Spain and Germany kickoffs we got.
Yeah, man.
What?
Japan has to win tomorrow for me.
Hey, shut up, Ahmed.
Japan has to win for me tomorrow, man. I need that.
Viva la Costa Rica. Let's go.
Hey, vamos, los ticos, vamos.
Vamos. Vamos.
If there's anyone here that's a terrorist, it's you, team. Let's be real.
Mad. Big up everybody. Like, subscribe.